Yo, what up, Sammy? Life, how we doing? Kaku, am I saying that right? What up? Drew, Dre, what up, bald cuz? Yo, chill life, how you been? Let's argue about Meech's hairline. There's no argument. There's no argument to be made. Top two hairline of all time. Tino, you ready for your hot take? What you got today? What's your hot take for the day? Top of the morning. What up, Devin? Anthony, how we doing? Sure, I could convince you logically that Nas loses to both Rob and Zay on Discord. I mean, if you want to argue today, let's do it. Let's argue. I'm down to argue with y'all today, man. I'm down to argue. I do got a lot of videos to get to. I do have a lot of videos I want to get to, but I mean, if y'all want to argue, shoot, always got time. Hold on, I'm just trying to. There we go. Let's argue about C4. Who does anyone want to jump in Discord? We can argue. Anyone want to do that? The top one hairline ahead of him? Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, actually, I do have a great hairline. I just choose to shave my head just because it's a choice. Totally a choice. Whenever you're ready. I mean, if you want, we can argue. What up, Vetrix? Need to bring Bijan in on Freaky Fridays to talk to. I actually should. Bijan probably gonna hop in stream. He jump in stream at least one point every day. So Nas beating Frigga was a bigger win than Rob beating Zay. I think so. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. I think since I've been researching the scene, I mean, there's just been like a few moments that really shifted what the scene is, right? And I think park takeovers turning into more so 1v1s, like Frigga challenging like going to people's gyms, playing some 5-on-5s, and then challenging the best players to 1v1s. That was like one shift. Then Frigga was considered like the best YouTube basketball player, you know? And then it was like Nas beating Frigga. Now there's this new like wave of like, ooh, there's a lot of really good YouTube guys, not YouTube guys, because like Isote, like I wouldn't consider him a YouTube guy. You know, even Frigga played Division 3. Like these guys hoop, but they were mainly more so on the content side, but really good at hooping. And then now it's shifted a little bit to these are pros playing 1v1 professional style basketball. Like it's taken another shift. I don't know if everyone's been seeing that. No Discord announcement. Oh, you're right. My bad. I forgot. I've had a lot going on the last couple days. My bad. I need to get my bot sorted out that will send a notification. I need to send a notification whenever I go live. What's the Discord? The link will show up every so often. I'll post the Discord link in chat. Actually, I should be able to pin that, right? Oh, I can't because this chat that I use is weird. But I'll there. Posted the Discord for anybody that wants it. Frigga was like number 3 back then. Who was number 1 back then? Have I seen Saint play? Only I don't think I've seen him play a 1v1. I watched him playing like that what was that TNC League thing they did? It was like a tag team kind of one, not tag team 1v1, but it was something weird like that. I watched him play. That's the only time I've seen Saint play. Scoob the best shooter in the space? Maybe. Meech the opposite. Isote is top 10 right now. What up, Yoru? Isote is top 10 right now. Boog versus Saint gonna be. I'm looking forward to it though. Feel like he was number 2 at that point. The Frigga PR was insane. Well, who was number 1 at that? Who was number 1? Keem got to be top 10. What up, Ghost? Kel versus Lat. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Summit matchups. Went off on TNC League, then disappeared. I feel like that's the only. Maybe I'm not behind them. Maybe that's all he did. Nas gonna belt Zay. I don't think Frigga can hang with these guys if he ever could. So why does Nas beating Frigga get overlooked when, mind you, Rob never? Well, I just think fans and narratives are pretty crazy now. That's why I started like voicing my opinion and making videos, because I just saw the narratives and the conversations and the way things were going was just crazy. Saying this as a Frigga fan, I'm a fan of Frigga too. Nas and Zay always been number 1. I mean, Nas wasn't on the scene. Like, Nas wasn't really on the scene yet. Nas beat Frigga. Then we automatically assume Rob and the rest of these guys would. Saw Saint dismantle Pat in person. Ball cuz. What up, Cheese? It was a tournament. He was on, like, Kel's team. Yeah, it was something like that. That's what I saw. That's what I watched. Frigga should face Rob on his comeback. That'd be a fun game to watch. Sup, chat. Nas was number 1 before he played. Wait, no. What I'm saying is, Nas. Y'all can consider Nas number 1, but like he wasn't really on the same. We watched his very first game, right, when he played against Scar. So it was like the talent, the level of Hooper was like at that time. It was just like play for fun. But Frigga's like one of the, Frigga out of the content creators, he's like the best, because he played Division III basketball. Whereas when I think content creators, okay, let's look at like Chris White, Cash Nasty, Flight, right? Like Kenny Chow. Like we're looking at content creators that hoop, and I'm just like, these guys aren't. It's not good basketball. But Frigga was like the first to really be that crossover of like, oh wait, this guy can hoop. Like he's a hooper that also does content. Like he's elite in both. Then Nas stepping into the scene and beating Frigga kind of changed what the pathway was for players to get recognition and to build up their brand. It wasn't through content as much. What's the last content creator hooper you guys remember? It's like the J. Lew's, right? There's no new players that are jumping on the same. Even Deuce, O2 Deuce is a content creator more so than a hooper, and everyone's like, don't bring him back. So I think Nas beating Frigga was kind of the shift, the new shift of like, oh, no, this is like, if you're not taking this serious 100% as like a job, just hooping, like you're probably not gonna be able to hang with these guys. Where Baldy at? What you mean, on top 10? Whoever said Isote top 10, I'm banning them. I'm in general for debate. All right, I'll bring you in give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we'll start debating. I stand on what I said. Y'all go see. How come the platforms don't come together and do like a platform tournament? Oh, I mean, everyone knows the answer to this. It's the personal politics and egos. That's why. That's why. Mike Harden versus Keem. I probably got Keem. I feel like Keem too will be able to get to his spots easier than Mike will, but I mean, Mike Harden is due for a breakout game at some point. Like, we all know he can hoop. He just got put together in the 1v1, so it'll be a fun game. I think Bijan was hurt, right? Isote didn't win one pay-per-view game, and we are not going to talk about the C4 versus Tay incident, are we? Jay Jones, Kick Genius. Yeah, that sort of stuff, like the content kind of hoop was one thing. People argued Nas and Frigga for number 1, hence why that matchup was huge. Nas was already established. Frigga was one of the first that constantly brought real hoopers in his channel consistently, barring platforms channels. Frigga is the scene's Jerry West. He the logo, but times have changed in the game. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Saint has a YouTube channel. Does he post on there? Scoob the logo, chill. Wait, coach, are we going to watch that Bijan King of the Court? Yeah, I've got a lot of games I want to get through today. Today might be a lot of, we're going to do a little bit of arguing early on, but then I want to get through some games and videos. A regular season throughout the year, hopefully, and have like, I don't know. I don't know if the platforms will ever like fully work together. Do you think if a platform competition happened and there was a clear winner, it would substantially alter which one is viewed favorably? No, no. The fans is going to be the fans, right? Like we saw it even with we saw it with the summit when Bijan won. Everyone was like, "See, that's why no players can mess. The TNC players can't mess with Ball is Life players. See, I dismantled Day Day." Or and then then you look at the very next like 2 weeks later they play on OTD Elite and it's like, see, that's why OTD players can't even hold a candle to TNC players. They're getting belted all over the place. It's like, all right, it's the fans are going to do this no matter what, so is what it is. I've been waiting for Burke's return. He was in the convo for best prospects of getting in the top 10. Yeah, if he needs to go on a little kill streak to get back in the talks. You watched that Jay Jones versus Frigga 1v1? No, I didn't. I did not watch that. Saying times has changed is crazy. How's that crazy? Moon versus Rob tag team with the twins. Eventually. The resemblance you have with that King of the Court is so uncanny. Drexler. Adam Drexler. I got tagged in that so many times yesterday. It was like Coach Midrange getting fried by Bijan. Cell and Jay Jones versus White Iverson. Oh, yeah, White Iverson was another one. Frigga beat all the guys we say are good. He beat Moon. He beat Isote. He beat BJ Burke. No, times have changed because all those guys you just named are also not considered top tier, I would say. Who's the closest player to top 10 outside of it right now? So you mean who's ranked number 11? Probably like Fomby, Bruce, Kel. Who else right there? Like the Keems. Yeah, it's players like that. Moon not top tier? Damn. If there was a tournament where they definitively compete for and say this side won in the structure, you don't think fans would give that weight? No. No. So one thing, the community I've tried to create, right? I've tried to give a place for people that like to have their viewpoint, go research it a little bit, argue it, and then at the end of that conversation, they change their mind or they've tried to persuade you to change your mind. Either way, we walk away better with better arguments or whatever. That's the community I've tried to build. Go look at a lot of the comments I have in my comment section, and you'll see, like straight away, I can see these red flags now where I'm like, oh, you're a TNC fan, loyalist. Like you are, anything TNC does is good. Anything anyone else does is bad. So I'll have this, somebody in the comments today goes, I didn't even watch your video, but I can tell why you don't get a lot of views. Your opinions are trash or something like that. And I was like, well, you didn't watch the video and then you're telling me my opinion is trash. And then I go look and they're under all of Frigga and B. Ellis videos. And they're like, yo, awesome take. You're so great, man. And I'm like, those are those are what the fans typically are, right? Someone who's like, I'm team TNC through and through. And what's that meme where it's like, they don't know you, little bro. Like, Bruce not top 10, thought he was like the gatekeeper. I think he is. But, I mean, it just depends what everyone's going to, that 8 through 15 is going to be tough to sort where players are at the moment. I like to be Ellis list, but one thing I would change is C4 should be creeping and Nesco above Cam because Nesco beat Cam in a game going to 30. Yeah, I think C4 and Cam were far too high. But again, that's I expect that, right? B. Ellis is typically gonna have more leeway for the TNC guys, so I get it. Can't punish Nesco for being injured. Yeah, well, I think you can if he's inactive. But if we're counting 2025, 2026, Nesco had more games than all those guys. So, like, how can you punish him for being injured when he's also still played more games? If he hadn't played games and then got injured, yeah, you'd be like, all right, you gotta punish him. He's not playing. Day's going good. Day's going good. How's yours? Bruce just outside the top 10. Listen, saying Frigga can't hang with guys now just lets me know y'all might. I don't know if people are saying Frigga can't hang with guys. I know someone said that in the chat, but I think we understand what they mean. Like, Frigga wouldn't be the number one, number two player like he was, like, however long ago. Cam's only had one loss since 2025 started. Yeah, but so is Bijan. Bijan has also had one loss, but he's played Fambi, Day. Like, he's got better wins than Cam does. Are you from the Tacoma area? I am not. I used to F with TNC so heavy, and last year Bielis was my most watched, but 2026 has completely changed. Now OTD Moneyline, and all I watch is Coach Mitty. Well, I appreciate you, but like I said, I'm not. I mean, yeah, people can watch what they want, Enough views to go around. Cam hasn't played any top. Yeah, and I said that yesterday, right? Like, I think to move up in rankings, you gotta beat people that are ranked above you. And I don't know. And again, I need to watch more Cam games, and I need to go back and do more history, like, over the overall Cam's career. But I don't think he's beat anyone ranked higher than him in the last year and a half. Has he? Frigga, if he can get his groove and confidence, is still a mid-tier player in that 6 to 10 spot where he can beat Fambi, Scar, Cam. Yeah, 100%. All I was saying about Frigga, he's probably not at one point, people thought Frigga was possibly the best player. I think that's the only thing that's changed. And not because he's got worse. It's just, look at the type of players that are in the one-on-one space. The guys that have been playing professional overseas in G League. I think LP is 10. If we're being honest, no way LP isn't top 10. I think his resume keeps him out. I think it's just his resume. You got complaints? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna argue. I got 361. I think that was the name. 3651. I got Life that I'm gonna argue with first. Been enjoying the live streams. Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you. I don't know why people choose sides to begin with. Well, again, that's why I said. That's why I started making videos and whatever, because I think a lot of the people in the space that have voices also were fanning the flames of that, like making fans choose sides and starting this side versus this side. So that's why I wanted to hopefully give a perspective where I'm like, no, like, you can have your opinion, you can watch both, you can be like I am, and you can be fans of tons of players. You don't have to just pick one. You can just watch basketball and enjoy it. Are the arguments today going to be over the top 10? I mean, they'll just be whatever. Frigga is injured again. It's just refreshing to hear good ball talk, not rage. Yeah, online is just engagement farming and rage baiting, and it's just exhausting. It's exhausting to me. I don't like it. Traveling everywhere. I see you in checking out the small channels. Hella dope. Yeah, I might be going to Tacoma later this month. Back to Seattle later this month, actually, for Only Buckets event. Seen you in that 1v1 with Jo. Oh yeah, him playing starts with a Z. Damn, can't remember his name. My bad. Scene has been growing so fast. I agree. He lost to everyone that he faced during that 2024 slump on OTD. Trey Croft loss, which was important context. What are your thoughts on L. Ellis? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit today. We'll talk about that today because we'll look at that card. Frigga should have never played a Nas and never felt right in the moment. But I think the fans probably needed that to see. What's a funny behind-the-scenes story about a player interactions that you could share? Funny? There was almost a fight. But I can't talk about it. Not until the video and all that stuff comes out. But yeah, there was almost a fight at the event that you guys will see. Casuals choose sides in this space. The space is still young. Yeah, casuals do, but like I said, typically people, like, fans of the space are typically guided by, like, the words that we use. That's why I think, like, if we've got a platform, we got to be more intentional with how we speak and, be more fair on some of these things. Why is Devo running a live event the same day as Summit 02? I would assume it's petty payback for Frigga doing his live event the same day as OTD Elite. But so Chucky, look, you're doing the thing. We can't ignore stuff like this. It needs to be talked about. It's not fair. Davo doing the thing that Frigga did, right? Like, why would Frigga do a live event on the same day that OTD's doing their event? So now that Davo does it, it turns into a thing. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, yeah, of course that's what Davo does. That's what Davo does. If you slap him, he's gonna slap you. Like that's what happens. Now to choose a side and be like, this person's in the right and this person's not, I'm just like, that's when it gets weird. I'm like, yeah, they're both. This is why the platforms won't come together, because there's this clash, there's this personal beef and kind of this ego, right, that's attached to it, and I get it. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's why we can't hope and dream that the world is healing and everything's gonna work out. Heard Nas is playing an NBA caliber player. I hope so. I think I could guess probably who it is. Frigga playing in TNC 01 against Nas. Off topic, but have you watched the boys finale? I did watch the boys finale. I won't spoil it for anyone, but it kind of exactly what I thought would happen. Boog versus Scar game. I tried to watch it. We got like halfway through it. It was hard. It was a tough watch. As soon as Scar said he was hungover, I turned it off. I just don't. If players don't take it serious or don't care, I don't care. I think Rob switched his game to the players he plays. Nas has his game plan and it just happened. I'm here for the rage bait. I believe Frigga was 1v1 with Nas at the time. Wasn't it like Frigmas though? Was Nas playing? I think we watched that game. I watched both. Actually, we watched both of them on the channel. One of them was definitely a serious game, and the other one I was like, questionable. Who's the funniest player you met in the 1v1 scene? Probably LP. LP. Yeah, probably LP. I might contend the opposite. I don't think casuals tune into you, BLSL, etc., on a constant basis. I think you guys have influence on the non-casuals. Yeah, I mean, I won't argue that. I don't know how you quantify that. They're hella petty. Exactly. You were watching both events? Well, that's the thing too. Like now we can just watch both. You can just go back and fast forward and whatever. Just saying Frigga beat more current top 5 guys. Okay, so what separates a casual fan from a that's the funny part is most, if you ask someone if they're a casual fan of the NBA, for example, no one's going to say they're a casual. Everyone thinks they're an expert or a hardcore fan. Most people are casual fans, I would say. The people in stream actively talking and chatting, you're probably not a casual fan because you're actively engaged, right? You probably have more you've probably input more time into it. You probably have a stake in whether it goes bad or goes well. Did y'all watch Coach play in Bijan's latest King of the Court? The pettiness gives us more to watch. I'm for it. Bijan's my second favorite player. I'm a casual. All right. What I don't even know what the argument is. Let's see. What's the argument? Who we got in here today? Life. Let's argue. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's up, man?
Great. How are you? I'm cool.
I'm good, man. I'm good. What you got for us? What do you want to argue about?
Yeah, so why Nas loses to both Rob and Zay? 1v1 game to 30. And first of all,
Rob
listen, I'm the biggest Nas fan.
Rob loses to Nas
and Zay.
Okay.
No, Nas loses to Rob and Zay, yeah. So Nas loses to Rob and Zay. So many people have said, oh, Nas doesn't look like the guy he used to be. Nas is struggling to finish games, Nas this. Ooh. And there is a reason for this.
I don't know.
There is a reason for this.
Okay, go. I'll grant you that, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, so just accept the false premise for now and then. How quickly. All right, so when you look at Justin Wright, you look at all the guys who've been able to take Nas's bump to an extent. And then you look at the close games, you can see that because of the way Nas actually plays in terms of how his feet, how his body moves mechanically from his legs, you see that the load, as you've seen, the load on his knees from when he shoots, etc., his movements, it's a very heavy load. And what that does over a game is it wears him down to the point where, as he gets into this last stretch of 5 to 6 points with the opposition, he really struggles to finish those games. Justin Wright struggling. Obviously, we know about Briscoe struggling. Scoob struggled. If you even look back to Louise, sure, he was a taller player, but he struggled. At certain points you think he would get, especially if he was fresh, in let's say the first 5 points of the game. So we've realized that when a player, one, can take his bump, and a player can say has the conditioning to last within a game to make it somewhat even, he struggles in those last 6 points. That's kind of been a given. If you ask any pretty much fan, they'll say, he's struggling, last few points. Dev said in one of the videos that his games always last like an hour, etc. Right? And there's a reason for this, is his inability to finish games. And I love Nas, right? But this is the truth. It's because of the way his legs, etc., the load, it wears him down across a game. So that's one of the reasons why I have Rob and Zay both beating Nas. They have the conditioning, they're able to take the bump, and Zay's playstyle is consistent, it's relentless. So he's not only taking the bump, but he's going to give Nas the bump consistently, just like he did against OP. That's going to wear down Nas's legs even more across the game, let alone himself in terms of Nas, getting to his spots, etc. Rob as well, we saw that against Zay, he was able to take the bump against Zay many times. Zay was simply just getting those points with a floater rising above, which of course Nas isn't necessarily going to be able to do when he gets down to 2. So that's the first point. Second point, we've seen Scoob guard Nas pretty well, forcing him right. Nas has less counters, sure, he's going to work in the lab, etc. But when you actually account for the fact that both Rob and Zay are stronger than Scoob, you could argue from a basketball context, being able to absorb that bump and direct him to the right. Nas isn't going to be able to just push through Scoob as well as he did. He's not going to be able to push through Rob and Zay. So that's another reason. Rob and Zay are stronger. So when they do force him to the right, which they are bound to do, obviously I can't tell the future, but they're probably bound to do it. Nas isn't going to be able to move them out the way like he did. So what else is he going to do? Is he going to maybe bounce right, etc.? So that's just another question Nas has to answer. So one, his body's going to wear down across the game, especially with Zay, who's going to bump him relentlessly, attack his legs. It's not a matter of conditioning, just more so a matter of Nas's legs wearing down. So I think that Rob and Zay are likely to beat Nas because of that. And then also, if you just look at it from a speed perspective, again, I'm accounting for a lot of games. So when we saw Nas and Frank Nitti versus Burke and Rob in OTD, tag team 1v1, we saw Rob utilizing his speed against Nas. And to be fair, Nas did have a few pretty great defensive positions against Rob, but Rob didn't utilize his lateral speed, his lateral moves as much, as efficiently in what he would do with Scoob in the pay-per-view after kind of watching Nas's game more, his defensive lapses, etc. So those are the main reasons why I have Rob and Zay both beating Nas. Obviously, Rob can shoot the ball well. If Rob is shooting, which he is bound to do to a decent capacity, let's say even 20%, right, 1 for 5, because he shoots a lot of threes at the minimum, at the worst, because Rob does rise to those big occasions. And then Zay, of course, just consistently, relentlessly going downhill. I don't really think that Nas can stop that. Obviously, Nas shoots the free, you could say, better than Zay. He's going to shoot those threes. But exactly, when we look at how Scoob defended Nas in that pocket, not allowing him to get to the triple threat free, forcing Nas downhill to the right, as Rob and Zay will do, Nas is just going to struggle to get points. And if it does become a battle of twos, of who's going to make more layups, I would have Zay winning that over Nas, just simply because of his touch around the rim. So that's why I think Rob and Zay beats Nas. But obviously, I want Nas to win. I want Nas to win because he's like my top guy, my favorite guy. But I have Rob and Zay both beating Rob. But funnily, I do have, obviously, sad take, I do have Scooby beating Rob in a rematch.
All right. So, a lot of points. I'll try to address most of them. I'll try to remember them. The whole thing with Nas, Zay, and Rob in the first place is like they can all beat each other on the day. Like I think they're all good enough to, you know, if one of them is just, you know, shooting 80%, 70% on the day, I think any of them can beat each other. So, you know, get that out of the way first. But a couple things, like Nas not losing in 3 years, and the fact that we have to go, he's struggling in games to finish games, but it's like, but he's finishing. Like that just goes to show like how good Nas is. It's like even when he's struggling, or even when he's like not, even when it looks like he's about to lose, he still figures out a way to win. And I think that's like we're kind of holding Nas to like almost an insane standard. So I think the fact that he hasn't lost in, oh, is my mic not working?
No, it
oh,
is.
You can hear me?
Just being quiet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, chat was saying, I think my Wi-Fi went down for a second. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the fact that Nas is like, we're saying he's struggling to finish games, but then he still ends up finishing games and winning. To me, I'm like that's not really a knock. Like winning the game and doing that over the course of 3.5 years, no one beating you. I think that says that like if I had to put my money on someone, it's probably gonna be Nas. And then to the point of like who he's going down to the wire with, Justin Wright, Briscoe, he played SK, like some of these games he's going down to the wire. These are guys that essentially don't really have a ton of game film out too. So it's like Nas is figuring a lot of these games out on the spot. And we also saw that with the Scoob game. Like Scoob came out with a completely different game plan and really caught Nas off guard. But during the game, Nas adjusted and still was able to come back and beat Scoob. So I just think we don't give Nas enough credit for, well, I feel like it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like Nas gets, yeah, he barely won. It's like, yeah, but he's winning. Whereas if Scoob, we give him credit, it's like, man, he almost beat Nas. Yeah, we got to move him up the ranks, you know? So I think Nas, just by the fact of we haven't seen him lose in so long, he does keep improving as the scene is improving. We were talking about that with Frigga earlier. Like Frigga probably hasn't improved with the talent level of the guys that are in the space, whereas I feel like Nas still has. He keeps getting better, keeps improving. But then the fact that Nas versus A, all the points you made were very valid. Nas is going to get tired. Zay is going to attack his legs. But at the same time, I think Nas being able to shoot threes like he does is the great equalizer too. Like I could see him scoring, you know, hitting four. If he hits 4 3-pointers, I think he wins that game. Whereas Zay is going to have a good 3-point shooting game and probably hit a couple threes off the dribble, which is Zay's weakness. So yeah, I think he can definitely lose those games. Same with Rob. Like Rob lost to DA because of shot selection. Like that's one of Rob's biggest issues. Nas doesn't have that problem. So yeah, in a perfect world where Rob takes high efficient shots and is locked in and has a good game plan, yeah, I could see him beating Nas. But at the same time, like that's one of Rob's weaknesses. So yeah, those are the like I think those are most of the points that you were making. Definitely, I could see them winning, but if I had to put my money on it, like at the moment, I still probably got Nas.
Yeah, Coach, I agree with your points in the sense that he's obviously damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. He's my top one player. He's my favorite player in the scene. I want to see him win. It's just more so a pattern I've seen with Nas playing against players that can take that bump, that are physical. The Scoob, Louise, Justin Wright, Briscoe, even I wouldn't really count the Zay win because obviously Nas completely different player since then. But just in terms of a pattern I've seen and how I think Zay would attack, obviously we pretty much know how Zach would. I mean, sorry, how Zay
Well,
would play, how he would attack.
But
So
two of those games though, like the Briscoe game and the Justin Wright game, if you go look at the Briscoe game, I think it's tough to get any information from just because how many stoppages there were. It was like 2 hours long. Like it was just a crazy game overall. But then the Justin Wright game, like Nas shot like 11 free. He went like 10 for 11 or 11 for 11 free throws. Justin Wright couldn't guard him. He just fouled him every play.
yeah, so I think it's interesting. And I do think, to be honest, it is a 50-50, but I would do the slight edge to Zay, less so Rob, but to Zay because of how I think he would be able to defend Nas, how Scoob did. Like for example, in Judgment Day, Nas didn't shoot many threes and he didn't make many just because of how Scoob was guarding him. And so if Zay was to replicate that defensive strategy and apply it to Nas, being stronger, being able to take that bump. I have a question for you. How if Scoob was, if not Zay was to replicate Scoob's defensive strategy against Nas, how do you see that game going, considering Zay able to take
I
that
mean,
bump?
I think Nas would win because Scoob fouled. He had to foul Nas like a ridiculous amount of times. He got into the bonus towards the end, meaning he fouled him 8. I think he fouled him 9 times in the second half. When Nas decided to go downhill, Scoob fouled him 8 or 9 times. And so don't get me wrong, Scoob's game plan was perfect and he did everything he was supposed to. He just didn't shoot efficiently enough to win. He missed. If he hit one more shot, he got his hands free on a 3 where he crossed him, and he got his hands free on a baseline fadeaway, and then he had a contested layup that he missed. So the Scoob lost because of those 3 shots. But Scoob wasn't winning because of his defense. It's just his offensive game plan was so good. Because once Nas figured it out, like Scoob didn't have any more answers. Like time ran out. Nas just like bullied him to the basket and kept getting free throws and layups.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, and why I don't want to loop this with Zay being arguably able to absorb that bump better than Scoob, leading to in theoretically less fouls. Would you say that's a fair prediction? Zay
I don't
having less
know.
fouls than Nas.
I don't know if Zay is as fast. So again, I just think the reason I think Nas, Zay, Scoob, Rob, Moon, all those guys in the top 5, they present different problems to each other. So I think saying, oh, if Zay had, did exactly what Scoob did, but also had his strength, like kind of at that point we're forgetting like, well, yeah, but Zay also has some weaknesses that Scoob doesn't have. Like Scoob was just so quick that he kept cutting Nas off whenever he was trying to change direction. And he was able to meet him, keep him from getting to his left hand pull up and then forcing him to pull up going to his right. Well, for one, Nas is going to work on that, but also Zay, I don't think he's as quick as Scoob. And we also saw Nas in that 3v3 just the other day. I did a clip on that where Nas did his anchor step, Zay read it perfectly, and then Nas just pushed him off and got a wide open jump shot. So I think we're almost taking into account that Zay will handle that bump better for some reason, but I'm like, no one does. We haven't seen anyone but LP really. And I'm not saying you're
Okay.
wrong. I think you're
Yeah,
arguing
yeah,
that
just
he will lose. So maybe you're saying like 70% you probably have Rob and Zay. I'm probably just leaning the other way, like
yeah,
70%. I
I'll go
think
at 55. I'll go
okay,
55.
55. Yeah, I think Nas is just favored in those. So I think that's where our disagreement is. But I think we both probably agree like they're so good, and especially at shot making ability for all those guys. Those games can go either way on the day. But yeah, did you have any
100%, yeah.
final thoughts?
No, not all. And thank you for the detailed analysis on your videos and etc. and stuff like that.
Of
Goes a
course,
long
man.
way. That's why we come to your channel for.
Of course, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching, and hopefully I can keep improving too. Get you another.
Thank you.
If you want to argue about something else, yeah, we'll have another argument. We'll let some other people get in here, but yeah, I'm always free to argue or
Yeah,
jump in, have convo, man.
that sounds good. Thank you. Have a good
All right,
one.
man. Of course. See ya. Do we have another one? We have someone else lined up. Oh, Sammy. Sammy want to argue? It's been a while. It's been a while. My arch nemesis, my rival Sammy. Are we arguing today? And anyone else, if you want to argue, jump in the waiting room and you can get in here. I'll read a couple comments first and then we'll get to it. The mid-range James. What up, Shano? Scoob defends better than Zay and Rob, but he isn't strong enough. Thought Scoob did a good job absorbing Nas's bumps. Yeah, I mean, that again, Scoob's game plan was perfect and he executed perfect. He literally, the only thing Scoob needed to do differently that day was just score one more bucket. That's all it came down to. Like, he did everything he was supposed to. He just missed. He had 3 shots that I thought were high percentage, great looks that just didn't fall on the day. And that's why I think those guys, those types of player on the scene, they're pros. It's like the NBA make or miss league. Scoob got the 3 shots he wanted. Yeah, Nas stopped him a lot of times, but he got 3 clean looks that he had a chance to win and just missed. And that's why when everyone was like, the free throws or the fouling or the refs or the ball back or all this other stuff, yes, you can blame whatever you want to. But if I'm coaching or if I'm Scoob, I look at those 3 shots and go, nope, I had a chance. Regardless of that other stuff, he had a chance. So you try to come here for negativity, but you don't get enough of it. Well, Sammy's about to hop in, so maybe we'll get something negative here. Sammy gonna be talking about my beard or something. Yeah, Nas being able to, so I've been saying this a lot. Hands-free has been the biggest trend over all the players playing in these ones when the game gets mucked up, especially. But Nas has a knack for being able to get his hands free to get a shot up. Sammy Reaver, Austin Reavers. You seen where Scoob and Keon got set up next month? Oh yeah, that's a game that's been needing to happen. There was a lot of trash talk in this last OTD series, so I knew that game was definitely going to get set up. Thanks for trying to get in all the points quickly to speed up the lot. No, you're good. You're good. As someone who talks nonstop all day, every day, to jump into a convo and just try to get all your arguments out on a live stream, it's not easy. You did good. You did good. If you didn't have the accent, I think you'd get. Oh yeah. So I will say this to anyone that ever wants to argue: don't read chat. Read chat afterwards. Don't read chat while we're having convo. They're relentless. Okay, the internet is relentless. All right, Sammy, what you got? Yo, Sammy, can you hear me? You're muted. I don't know if you're talking. Yeah. Yo, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, my hot take is Nas beating Friga was a bigger win, or maybe even a better win than Rob beating Zay. That was my first take. What do you think about that?
I kind of agree. But do you want to explain why you think that is? Just so. Or do you want me to explain why I think?
Why I think that is depending on how you want to look at it. If you want to look at it as just players and wins, I think it's the same thing. But people try to like downplay that Nas versus Friga win for some reason, and they want to give Rob all this credit for beating Zay. But if we were to look at it from like a narrative standpoint, Nas beating Friga, a person that people generally thought like he was gonna lose to, and Nas beating Friga the way he did, that's a bigger win than Rob and Zay, given that was a close game. That's my reason.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Dunce just said something in chat that kind of encapsulates it. He says Nas beating Friga was bigger for the space because it moved it towards why we needed games like Rob versus Zay, because those are the real top dogs. And that's kind of why I agree with it. I was talking about this earlier where Friga was like the next evolution. Like there was content creators that played basketball, but they weren't good at basketball, but they were good content creators. And that's what everyone watched. Then Friga came along and was like, wait, this dude is really good at basketball and he's really good at content. He's the best content creator basketball player. That was kind of the narrative. And also like, he's just really good at basketball. But then Nas now coming in and playing Frigga has kind of shifted the space to what it is now of like, yeah, like content creation and basketball playing, it's kind of starting to get separated. Where Nas is probably less of a content creator, doesn't really create content, but he's really good at one-on-one basketball. And so now if you want to compete and be considered one of the top players, like you're probably not coming in worried about content. Your probably main focus is basketball. I think that Nas versus Frigga game kind of set that tone. And now, like we said, we're starting to get the Robs versus the Zays. Now you're getting those matchups where it's like, okay, what if we have multiple guys that dedicate full-time to one-on-one basketball? How does that look? So I agree. I think the Nas versus Frigga win is bigger than Rob versus Zay.
Well, we agree. And my second thing is I want to talk about the narrative that Frigga was just like a content hooper, or he was like the best of the content hooper, and he can't, be one of the top guys in today's space. I don't know where that narrative came from, but it's just not true.
Thank you. I can't see thank you for the 1,000 joules. I've never had that donation before. I appreciate that. So when you say Frigga not a top guy, or when people say Frigga can't be a top guy in today's, what do you mean by that? Do you mean like top 10,
Okay.
top 15, top 20?
Listen, Frigga right now, I think we understand what the conversation is of when people say Frigga can't be a top guy. Like they think, and you said this earlier, that we have a different caliber of players that are not coming to the scene, and Frigga is just not up there with them. And mind you, I've been saying in the chat that if we really look at it, Frigga beat the current top 5. Frigga has beat more of those players than anybody else on the scene. But people don't talk about that.
Okay, so let's just do a comparison. Do you think Frigga is better than Bijan?
Yes, but I would like to see that game.
Okay, so the reason I said that, if Bijan is number 10, well, on Bielis's list, for example, if Bijan's number 10, you would have Frigga 8 and move Bijan out?
I would have Frigga. Now, I can't put Frigga at the top 5, but do I think he's a top 5 potential? Yes. And that's where the real argument is, that I think, for some reason, we're just saying, oh, Frigga is not a top 5 potential, or Frigga is. Nah, I think Frigga is legit a top 5 potential type of player. Like, and we could talk about all the flaws with his game, but I just know from watching Frigga and watching Rob, like they look like the same players to me. But maybe Frigga takes better shots. Rob might be a little bit stronger. So this idea of Rob is just way ahead of Frigga, or all these other players are just way ahead of Frigga, like I would really like somebody to explain to me why they think so.
Does anyone want to argue that? Does anyone want to argue against that? Because I personally think, I'll give you my opinion. I do think Rob, Nesca, I think those top 6 players are all far ahead of Frigga. When I say far ahead, like I think Frigga to me would be arguing for that 15 range. I think he would be just outside. I think Fomby, Bruce, Kel, I think a lot of those players, even like a Lat, I think a lot of those, Tay, I think a lot of those players at the moment I would probably have over Frigga, again, because he just hasn't played in so long. And I think the space has improved so much. C4, Bijan, Keon.
How's it going?
I think all those guys are better than Frigga at the moment. Now, does that mean I don't think Frigga can play with him? No, but at the same time, I'm like, you have to be grinding and improving and constantly getting better. I don't know if Frigga's done that. And I don't. Go ahead.
So like a player like Moon is currently, I think most people currently have Moon top 5. Frigga has beat Moon, and
When
even when Moon was able to beat Frigga, he said it himself that that he kind of had to get that win, that he was playing with everything he got, that he couldn't let Frigga beat him back to back. That's why he
didn't
really locked in to get that win.
didn't Draco beat Nas?
Okay, so I could bring more instances. Frigga has beat Scoob. He has beat Nas,
Right.
whatever you
Would
want to
Frigga
count it or not.
would Frigga beat Scoob right now? Is what I guess where we're at.
Okay, that's where we at. And whether
At
we
Ty-
have
it was Ty
Frigga
Glover.
winning,
Ty Glover, that's who it was.
whether we have Frigga winning Scoob versus Nas right now, or whether we have Scoob winning, that is not really the debate. The debate is, so why do people not think Frigga could be top 5 right now? Because he's done it in the past. Where I think when people say Frigga and Nas, that wasn't a matchup that was supposed to happen, I think people just throw that out there without knowing the context of Frigga was actually outside beating guys. Like Frigga, like how we say Scoob and Moon be out there playing all these games and we give them credit for it and we have them top 5 for it. Frigga was legit doing that and he was beating big names. So again, this is the question. Like the idea of Frigga, like not being able to hang with the, let's say, current top 5 or hang with the new caliber of players that are coming in. Like what is the fact that we have to back that up?
So like I said, we go back to Ty Glover beating Nas. I don't think
But that was one instant. I gave you multiple instances. Yes.
Right, no,
Ty, you could say that game is a fluke.
Right, and we can use tons more instances, right? But just for an example, just like a tangible fact, like I don't think Ty Glover would beat Nas now. And so to go, yeah, but 3 years ago this thing happened. It's like, yeah, no, I get it. That's why Frigga was considered top 5 or possibly number 1 or number 2 on the scene. I don't think Frigga would be considered number 1 or number 2 on the scene right now. Now that's not saying he couldn't, because again, like freaking Dev in the lab beat Frigga. And so I wouldn't say, well, Dev in the lab right now would be beat this player. So I wouldn't use something 3 years ago to determine current now top 5 rankings.
Okay, I have a point to that. The reason why people would say Dev in the lab, because people probably still have, we know Dev, we know how good he is. We know he could, like in his prime, he could hang in the space right now as it is. But the reason people wouldn't have Dev up there right now is because he's older.
Frigga's older.
Frigga, when people say that, but like, how old is Frigga? Frigga's not that much older than Nas, unless I'm tripping.
No, but
he's not older. He's not just old to where he came.
Nas, Zay, Moon, Scar, Keon, a lot of these guys are moving closer to their prime. There's guys like a Frigga who are moving further away from their prime. And I think that has to matter.
Yeah.
And it does matter, but then again, a lot of people have been saying this, that like it's just the talent, because it's not when people say it's not based on fact, it's not based on nothing. It's just the talent. People say with the pros coming in with players like Bijan, Keem, all these guys coming in, that Frigga can't hang. That's really what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm really trying to tackle. Okay, even maybe we could say, yeah, Frigga, from what he's shown us in the past, he couldn't hang with Nas. Okay, Nas proved that. We could give Nas that. But to say, okay, he can't hang with Moon, he can't hang with Scoob, he can't hang with Rob, we would have to see that to say that, because Frigga has showed us that he is that good. Like, Frigga is that good. I think people are just, I don't know, maybe I think we kind of see, we're at a point where we kind of see Frigga as like a hezzy guy for some reason. And I don't know why we do that.
No, I don't think I haven't seen that. I don't think Hezigod, like I said, for me, I wouldn't have Hezigod ranked at all in the 1v1 scene, Whereas with Frigga, I would probably have him, like I said, around 15, top 20 for sure, around the 15 range. That's I don't think that's too far
Okay,
from.
if you were to rank Frigga on just talent, where would you have him? Or just like how good Frigga is? Where would you have
Like
Frigga?
on vibes, on eye test, on talent,
Yeah.
maybe not top 20,
Lower or higher?
lower.
I see, that's the point. That's really the point I'm trying to talk about. Like,
Well,
what have you seen? What do you see from Rob that you just say, oh, he does this way better than Frigga? What do you see from Rob? Because generally, I think Frigga is a better shooter than Rob. But what do you
Open-
see from Rob that
You think
Go ahead.
Frigga's a better, like Rob can get
Shooter
his shot
than Rob.
off wherever, whenever. That's a
So
that's a
Frigga
skill. No,
Frigga can? You must have not seen the games, coach. You got to go back and watch
no,
it.
I've seen
Like
a
Frigga
Frigga.
used to be the
Frigga,
like before. I'm sorry.
depending on who he's playing, yes. So Frigga going to the right, doing his little sidestep fadeaway to the right.
Okay.
He's got his jab crossover step back going to the left. But Rob is shooting from half court. I don't know if I've seen Rob get
Frigga-
blocked. I don't know if I've seen someone strip Rob on the way up from his shot. Like he can get his shot off whenever he wants. Frigga has to work a lot harder, which is it's not bad. I'm just saying I think what Rob has is an elite skill. I think Frigga shooting open shots, he probably does make more than Rob. But half of one-on-one is just being able to get your shot off.
I've seen Rob get
I think
stripped,
Rob is
like,
stronger.
getting
I
his
think
way
he's
to the.
faster.
I've seen Rob get ripped. You know, getting his shot up. You know, I've seen Scoob do that. The Scoob versus he literally did that like twice. And like the one-on-one space, especially you preach a lot about getting good shots, getting your hands free. And I think if we were to talk about the Rob shots, like you say, Frigga does that more than he gets his hands free, and he does that better than Rob. So to say talent-wise, Rob is better than Frigga, or Rob just clears Frigga, that's crazy. But
I think
then again, it's not my battle. Frigga got to come on the scene and prove it again, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. Like Eli Carter, what is his talent skill level?
Eli Carter probably top 10 talent.
All right. So we gotta talk about something. Hold on. I think when people say someone is a top 5 talent, it's one of those things. It's like a truism. It sounds good, top 5 talent, but there can only be 5. But when people say top 5 talent, they're like, no. There's like 15 guys that could be top 5 talent. I'm like, well, then that's top 15 talent. It's not top 5 talent anymore. Eli Carter is very good.
That.
Eli Carter is very good. I do not believe he's a top 20 talent on the scene.
So you don't think? Yeah, I don't understand. I think Eli Carter is legit, like good.
I think he's legit good too. I think he's legit good, but I think 1v1 is a different sport than how someone aesthetically plays basketball. Like Eli Carter, is he stronger, faster, more athletic than any is there anything that we've seen from him that's like a superpower?
He got a great shot making ability, and his shots, even like the tough ones, they don't look as tough. They look easy to him. That's his superpower.
Well, I think most guys in the 1v1 scene can make tough shots. That's what impresses me so much.
Not like Eli Carter.
But guys that don't have to take tough shots, those are the ones that impress. That's elite to me. So Nas, does Nas take any tough shots?
Sometimes.
Very rarely, right? Like he gets his hands free
Yeah.
and he's getting to the backboard, he's getting to the elbow, he's shooting a 3. Lat is getting a hands-free set three-pointer, an open elbow jump shot, or a layup. Like there's so many guys on the scene that have watching Moon, he gets a shot off. Where we watched him play against Dang, and you can see the difference between Moon, even though he takes bad shots, at least he gets a shot off every possession. There's a lot of guys that are forced into taking really tough shots or getting turnovers. But I think the 1v1 scene, it's a different sport. So all of this to say, I think Frigga is very good. And I think if we were doing an all-time list, I do think he has to be considered in the top 5. But if we're doing a power ranking or just the last two years, I have a really hard time of putting him even in the top 50. I think it'd be a tough argument for me to put him into the top 15.
Now, in the power rankings, definitely, like, he's not up there at all. But talent, if we were to rank him off talent, I think he still top 5.
Who would be your top 5 talents?
Nas number 1. Talent. Nas number 1. I said probably LP number 2. Rob number 3. I'll probably have Frigga number 4. Who would I have at that 5? Maybe Scoob, if I'm not missing any names. Yeah, probably, or maybe like a BJ.
BJ?
Yeah.
So Lat or C4. You wouldn't have C4 over Frigga?
Talent-wise, I wouldn't have C4 over Frigga.
Keon?
I think Frigga probably does most people on the scene. He probably beats them pretty bad right now. But if he runs into like a certain style of play, I think he has huge weaknesses.
Do you think Frigga's
bad for him.
more talented than Zay?
Talent-wise, yeah. On the 1v1 scene. 1v1. Talent-wise. What I've seen from Frigga and what I've seen from Zay, I think Zay is better. I think Zay all has been better. I think Zay more of a winner. I think Zay is more complete. Talent-wise, from what I've seen, I think Frigga.
Frigga doesn't have a left hand. He struggles driving left.
Rob doesn't have a left hand. Would you say Rob is top 5 talent? And if anybody says Rob does have a left hand, they must be blind. If anybody ever says that. Yeah, Frigga don't have a left hand, but does Rob have a left hand?
I mean,
recently maybe. Maybe.
I think Rob finishes layups better than Frigga.
But I don't think, like, that was Scoob's whole game of beating Rob, simply just forcing him left. But people don't talk about it. But okay.
I mean, he beat LP. He beat LP by forcing him right.
Same thing. LP doesn't have a right hand. Would you think LP is a top 5 talent?
LP is.
No, I know I do. But you just said.
But hold on. Don't have I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. LP is probably the most explosive player on the scene. He's one of the strongest, like, especially individual possessions. He's one of the strongest players on the scene. And he's an incredible, like, microwave. Like, once he gets on fire, like, you can't stop him. His handle and, ultimate confidence. Like, all of those, like, balled up into one. Talent, I'd say LP is right up at the top. Then I would be like, but he can't finish with his right hand. Okay, take one of those things away. That's still a lot of talent. But Frigga, we
could do the same thing with Frigga.
No.
Frigga is one of the most experienced players. He's one of the best shot makers.
I don't think experience is talent.
He's one of the best shot makers.
Okay. One of the best shot makers.
If we want to talk about 1v1 bag and just keeping it simple, Frigga keeps it really simple. So yes, top 5 talent.
I think Zay keeps it simpler, but
okay, the argument is not if Zay is better than yes.
Yeah, I did. I asked you if Frigga was more talented than Zay.
Yeah, Frigga is more talented.
What does he do better other than threes? Mind you,
what does Zay do better than Frigga?
Zay is leading In games to 30 on the big platforms, Zay is leading everyone in
That's not a
3-point
talent.
percentage. Hold
That's
on.
not a talent.
He's leading everyone in 3-point percentage.
No, we're talking about talent. You said, what does Zay do better, like on just a game, like his game? What does he do better than Friga?
He's
That's what I'm
leading
asking.
everyone in 3-point percentage.
But
And
game
he's
wise,
considered not a
talent
shooter.
wise,
He's the best. He's
If-
probably the best finisher on the scene. He's got the best touch around the rim. He's one of the strongest players. He's one of the quickest players. One of the most
See, we're
explosive.
moving the
He's one of the
argument.
most. He's one of the most relentless players. He's one of the most in shape players. He keeps
I
it
never
way
said Friga
simpler
had
than
shape.
Friga.
but okay, list. I wasn't paying attention. List everything you said again and give me a chance to say, okay, if you're right or wrong, because Zay, I don't think Zay keeps it. I think Zay is a better winner than Friga. Don't get me wrong, but just talent and hooping ability, eye test.
Hold on. So what
I
is
think
winning?
Friga got
What
it.
is winning? Like what is
I
what is
think
winning?
that you could be.
Can you be
could
bad
the
at
worst.
Can you be bad at
You could be the
basketball and
worst.
win?
You could be the worst skilled. I mean, Draymond. I think Draymond is bad at basketball and he wins.
Draymond is one of the most skilled defensive players of all time.
I mean, I can't really argue against that point because he's won. So yeah, we could say that, but hey, put Draymond on a team where he got to be the guy. Is he that? Now that's an argument.
Wait, Friga wouldn't be the guy over Zay.
And I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying, talent wise, hooping ability, like what makes Zay good is being relentless, being complete. He's a winner. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Zay. I'm not saying Friga is a better player.
But do you think
But
do you
just-
think Zay is just lucky? Is that how he do you think he wins by just being lucky?
Let me tell you this. You could be the worst. Like I'm talking about, just you could be Cash Nasty. Cash Nasty could come on the scene right now and win games.
No.
I'm not gonna say he looks better than Friga.
Who
I'm
is
not gonna
Cash
say that.
Nasty beating? Name a play. Who is
You're
Cash
missing my
Nasty
point.
beating?
You're missing my point.
That
I'm just
you
saying.
brought that point up, and I'm trying to understand it.
Okay, I'm saying Cash Nasty could come on here and win. Like, okay, let me give you a different example. Like LeBron James versus like a Kyrie. Who would we say is more skilled?
At what?
At just being skilled. If the conversation was strictly to be about skill.
If it was
Are we gonna say,
strictly about
oh,
skill, I think
Are we gonna
most,
say-
I
are we
think
gonna
most
say-
people would say Kyrie is more strictly skilled than LeBron James. If you said
If-
who was
oh,
more
oh.
talented, I think almost everyone would say LeBron is more talented than Kyrie Irving.
And yeah, we could say that, but I'm just saying on 1v1 ability, I think Friga is more talented. That's just what I'm saying.
How come he hasn't? How come he's not as good as Zay, or is he? Is he
And
better than Zay?
he was number one before Zay was on the scene. Friga was number one. He just hasn't played enough games. He's been injured. But the idea of Friga, and I give you Zay, but saying Friga can't hang with Moon when he literally used to beat Moon. I mean, you could argue if Moon has got better or not. That's your argument to make. But to say Friga can't hang with
Moon
players
Moon
like
got,
Moon that is
Moon got beat by Mead. He's been beat by Colin. He's been beat by Keon. This is all just recently. I don't know.
And you're
if,
making
like,
my point, and he's top five. He is top five. And if you don't have him
all
top
time,
five,
all
most
time,
players
but
probably do.
not power rankings. Power
rankings
rankings, yeah,
that's
power
more about
rankings. Moon is
decent
probably
games,
not.
right?
Power rankings is likely Bijan and Keon,
Okay.
1 and 2, and then Zoe would be up there. Fombi would probably be up there, possibly Scar. Like if we were doing power rankings, it would look completely different. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I think a lot of people were confused by the Bielis's list that got put out, because it was a mixture of all-time rankings plus power rankings.
Okay. Take all the bullshit. If let's delete Moon and let's delete like a Scoob history.
Okay.
If they were coming on the scene, would you say Moon and Scoob are top? Well, you have Frigga top 20. Let's say top 10. Would you say they have top 10 talent?
Yeah, because they're currently winning.
So you would say that.
Because they're currently winning games. Like take this last year and a half, Moon and Scoob's win percentage would be crazy, and they're playing lots of games.
Okay, let's
Like
say
Scoob undefeated in pay-per-views till he played Nas.
Okay, let's say I still don't get this. I don't get it. Okay, let's say right now we know the top 5. Let's skip 2 years into the future. But Moon and Scoob, let's say they've been injured and they haven't played any games. Would you still consider them top 5 talent
No,
or top 10?
not if
Top
they
10?
not if they don't play games in 2 years and they're injured. No,
All right, then you're
'Cause-
consistent. Then I'm probably
because-
arguing with the wrong person. You're the wrong person to argue with.
Yeah, I try to stay
You're
consistent,
consistent.
and if I'm not, I'll try and fix my arguments or try to change my train of thought. But yeah, that was a good one. That was good arguments. That was a fun one.
That was top
did you
10
have any
rage bait, coach.
top 10
That was
rage
top
bait?
10 rage. That was a rage bait, coach. That was not a good debate.
That
I
was a
see
good
what Sammy
argument.
was trying to. Sammy, you're
What
just trying to
was I
say
trying to
that
do?
you want people to put respect on Frigga's name. That's what you're trying to say, but you're trying to
But
compare
is
him to
Frigga
what
not
people are
deserving
doing
of
right
respect?
now.
Is Frigga not deserving of respect?
He
Bro, Cash
does.
Nasty's not getting out of halftime against
but-
anyone in
listen.
this game.
Hey, listen, y'all got to think about it. I mean, yeah, we 2 years in the future now, but y'all got to think about it. As soon as Nas beat Frigga, we just automatically said, "Oh, Frigga was trash. Oh, Rob will probably beat him. Oh, Scoob would probably beat him," but they never did. And yeah, we 2 years in the future. Maybe these points are valid now, but it was happening back then, and everybody just kind of they were just okay with it. But we saw Nas do that. We'd never seen anybody else do that. I'm just saying.
That's also because Frigga's not playing games, though. That's what coach is saying.
I'm talking about, yeah, we 2 years in the future, but as soon as Frigga beat Nas, Nas beat Frigga, these conversations started happening.
But who did Frigga play after he lost to Nas? He didn't play the Robs. He didn't play the Scoobs. He didn't play none of the guys that were considered top 10 in the space. He was playing
At the
City
point,
against.
okay, listen. At the point, who did Rob play? And this was before Rob played Zay. Who did Rob play? And we still had Rob at that top 3.
Rob-
And he had just
Rob
lost to
still-
Frigga. Look, listen. This is the crazy part. He had just lost to Scoob. He played some guy that didn't deserve to be on the court with him, called that Nas, and everybody had him top 3 again. What did he play? And I think at that time, people had Scoob like 5 or so. So Scoob beat Rob. And then we had Rob over Scoob for playing the bump. But we want to say, oh, Frigga hasn't played nobody because he lost to Nas.
Yeah, I think
Where's the consistency?
you're arguing with
The wrong person. I
very,
said that. I
very
said that.
specific. I think I see where you're going and where you're coming from on this. Did anyone else have any other arguments that what y'all want to talk about? Anything else you want to bring up?
Can you hear me?
What's your top 10, coach?
I'll probably do one later this month because I want to make sure I get like all the rankings and all the wins and losses and stuff.
For sure. I don't know if anybody else, but
Yeah, me.
Yeah, what's up?
Me too.
Yeah, I'm fine. How about y'all?
Good, man. Good. What you got?
Sorry if I have an accent. Like I'm a native French speaker, so maybe I have an accent. So sorry about that.
We got people from all over the world. You're good.
Okay. First and foremost, thank Coach for the videos. I really like the breakdowns and stuff like that. So I really like to thank you first and foremost. I wanted to talk about players like not it's gonna sound disrespectful, but it really isn't the mid tiers of players, because all the time I think we're talking about the top 5 and top 10s, but I think that some players that are stuck in the mid tier, like for example Keem, I think Keem is a great talent in the space. He's the heavyweight champ, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that the position he is in right now is very tough because he's playing people like Trey Lewis, for example, who I think beat LP. I know there's a controversy behind that, but since he beat Trey Lewis, that could compete with LP, I don't see how Keem can like upgrade his status without playing like those harder games. Like for example, people talking about Keem playing Zay and Nas are the worst matchups on the space. How can Keem elevate his stocks while not ducking, but his only solutions are playing Nas and Zay for getting his stocks up?
Yeah, no, I agree. We talked about this maybe a month ago or something, but I do think we're seeing Bijan, Keon, at the moment, Scar, Fambi, all of those guys have been improving their stock over the last 5 months just by going and playing games. So, Keem probably needs to just go play games. And I said this about Rob, and I think a lot of people just want to argue for the sake of arguing, but Rob needs to just go play players. Now, waiting 6 months and then playing Daquan Brooks, people will go, well, that's not a good game. And it's like, well, yeah, because you waited 6 months. But if he played a Daquan and then he played a Mead and then he played then you list and go, look, in the last 6 months he has 5 or 6 games. There's gonna be 4 games that people don't care about, but then there's gonna be 2 where people are like, oh, okay, so he's got these 4 wins that don't really matter, but then he's got these 2 wins that are important. We look at Bijan, and that's where Keem is. Keem wants to play good matchups, but look at Bijan's games over the past. So he lost to Scoob, but then Bijan beat Jalen. He beat Jay Perk. He beat Pishon. He beat Cly. And then it's like, okay, those are good games.
I think he beat Fambi too.
Right.
I think he beat Fambi too.
Yep. And so I'm getting to that. So you go, okay, those are good wins. But those are, people aren't going to move the needle on those 3 wins. But then he got Fambi in there, and he's got Day Day and Reese. And now it's like, okay, like, damn, he's on an 8-game win streak, and he's beat a couple like probably middle of the pack players. Now people are like, Bijan needs to play Rob. Bijan needs to play Moon or Scoob, or even though I know he played Scoob already, but now LP. People are now saying Bijan needs to play like a big name, and that's going to be the game that probably boosts him up. You look at Keem, and Keem's got his, how many games does he have? He's 5-1.
Yeah, I think so.
He played Zay, and he beat AB. He beat Greg. He beat Bruce. He beat Joseph Lewis. And then he's only got 1 game where people are like, probably not a great game, which is Hagel.
Yeah.
He needs to go get 3 or 4 more Hagel wins. And then he would be on an 8-game win streak with the one loss to Zay. You know what I mean? So I think for Keem, all it is just needs to go play more games. 5-1. It's really hard to move someone up. The one thing Keon has done differently is he happened to just win that game. So Keem played Zay and lost. Well, Keon happened to play Moon and won. So Keon's resume isn't crazy until you add the Moon win. Then you go, okay, all those other wins, like.
Yeah, okay. I feel your argument. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I also wanted to point out another player that I think has going on the radar recently, but he's got a summit matchup. I think like the next summit is Tay. I like to say like strength is in schedule, and I think that Tay has one of the best comp of all the space. He played Nas, played Rob, played Zay, played Bruce, he played Moon, if I'm correct. So I think that Tay, by taking those matchups and being competitive, I know that the C4 matchups looks very bad, very, very bad. But when I think about the whole schemes of the space, I think that Tay has the best comp with Day and all those people, but I think that just the C4 loss has tainted his stocks and image. And I don't know how we can think about this like this because, for example, Kel, he lost to Keon, who was a newcomer on the scene. But I don't think that Kel's stocks are that low. I don't know if I'm articulating myself correctly, but yeah, that was one of my takes. I don't know how Tay's stocks are all the way down, while other people that already took bad losses, like Kel, are still looking up on the stocks.
Yeah, no, that's a
Coach,
good.
just to kind of. Oh yeah, I was just gonna kind of express my opinion just on Tay and Dede and those guys that we often as fans see as gatekeepers. Those guys who have very strong schedules, but they don't win those matchups. It's hard for us to obviously rate them so highly and to kind of improve their ranking when they're not winning those games. Of course, on some level, just like we've Bijan and Keem, who like how do they progress in rankings without being a top guy? And it's like, well, you expect them to lose to the top guys in the first place. I feel like those players, those gatekeepers, they just have to win games. Like obviously the strength of schedule is great, but without them winning those games, like it's not even the C4 loss, it's the Frigga loss 30-29 that Tay could have won. Is so many other matchups, etc.
Rob, Zay, yeah, it's in Nas. Yeah, I think the tough thing for Bijan, for example, I keep using him and Keon because they're like what if scenarios. If Keon, we're like, man, Keon might beat Scoob. Keon might be top 5. Keon, he might beat a Zay. He might beat a not. Like right now we're doing the what ifs in our head. But with Tay, we don't have to do the what ifs. We can just go look. And I think that's why it's like, well, I mean, he already lost to those top 5 guys, so we can't put him in that top 5. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, okay, well, what wins keep him in the top 10? And, his best wins, he's got Moon in 2024. He beat Keyshawn in 2024. But other than that, his best wins were Bruce twice.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't have like a staple.
He beat Moon too.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you said that.
He just doesn't have like a staple win that's like, oh, this guy has to be there because he's done something no one else has done. Think about what's happening right now. Everyone is living off of these Moon wins. So maybe Moon just isn't top 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Because everyone,
that's what I said.
Everyone's beating Moon.
People was hating on me for saying it.
Everyone's beating Moon, and he gets to stay in the top 5, but it also keeps other people in the top 10 or so. So for me, a Moon win is. It shows you're a good player because you don't beat Moon if you're a bad player. It shows you're a good player, but Moon is going to give a lot of people chances to win because he plays so many damn games. So yeah, if a Moon win is like the only thing you really got on your resume, I'm like, okay, there has to be another thing. That's why I said Keon's Moon win to me, it's impressive, but it's more impressive that he's undefeated with the other players he's played against. The Moon win is kind of like the icing on the cake for me with Keon.
Are you going to make a prediction video about the card that BIO is putting up? Because I wanted to ask you who you got between Keon and Scoob.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. I'm trying to do these a little bit closer to the events because how many of these events have been changing. Look at even the last month, the events changed all the way up until like the day before. So I'm going to try to keep them closer to the time before I do a prediction. Otherwise, I got to do like 3 or 4 videos.
Okay. One of the last questions of mine. Do you think that the 1v1 space can like do a tour in Europe, for example? Do you think it's a great idea of expansion?
Yep. I absolutely think it will happen. I think China, Europe, I think all that's going to happen. It would be silly not to.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll happen.
Okay. Thank you, Coach, for the conversation. I don't know if you remember the name, but all the time I'm commenting. My name is Petio. You keep saying if you're saying it right, but it's me.
Okay. Fizio?
So, yeah, Petio. But thanks for the conversation. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for the arguments. And keep watching basketball, I guess. See you next time, guys.
Of course. Appreciate you, man.
Anybody else got some questions?
I got a few questions.
Yeah,
Can you hear
right
me?
here. Wait, who's going? Somebody else going?
I would like to go if I can real quick.
Yeah. I think Cherry was next. Yeah. No, you're good.
All right, for sure. My name's Devin the Dude. But first and foremost, I've been a big fan of the scene since 2020. So I've watched the growth, and it's pretty dope that you mid-range got to react and also make it bigger.
Appreciate you, man.
And what's it called? Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope watching the scene how it grows since COVID. So I've been a big fan. So I've been a big fan of Uncle Scoob and Frigga. Those two are the pioneers to me. Besides Terry, he did just put stuff on YouTube. But anyways, I guess I got a hot one.
Okay.
I think Rob has the smallest bag in the top 10, and he's easiest to guard. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that is a hot take. That is a hot take. I like that.
He's definitely
I've been watching a lot.
In fact, he's the hardest.
I've been watching a lot, so.
All right. Well, I'll say, have you ever had to defend like an elite shooter off the dribble?
I mean, yeah, I have in a 5v5 setting though.
I will say Rob is one of those players that, like, theoretically or on paper, and I say this about Bijan too, theoretically and on paper, they're easy to guard because you know what they want to do. So I'm gonna just force you to drive, and you're gonna have to score 30 that way. The problem is, what you think in your head will work. As soon as you get out there and you go, oh, I didn't realize his shot was that quick, or I didn't realize like how quickly he does his pull up, or once you get out there on the floor, then you realize like, okay, I see why they give literal pros problems. I think defending someone that can shoot and dribble and you have no help side, I think it's one of the worst things to have to defend. So me personally, I think Rob, Bijan, LP, I think those types of players are the hardest to guard. I think Nas and Zay are, quote unquote, easier to guard. The difference is they will wear you down over 30 points. The problem with LP, Rob, and Bijan is just like, if they're hitting shots, I don't know what you can, I don't know what you can do. So that's my argument there. What's your thoughts?
I think I like the comparisons for sure with Bijan and LP. I think the difference between Bijan and LP and Rob is they're 3-level scorers. Rob, he's a 3 and drive, and I see work on his mid range, but he don't do it very often. You can tell the game, you tell about his game. It's more of a 5v5 game, and he likes the 3 and deep, which is nothing wrong with it because he's winning. He's winning. But for him to move up even further, I think he's got to have a mid range. He's got to mix it up because Bijan, he a 3-level scorer. Same thing with LP.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I definitely think there's stuff that Rob can do to win more games or be more efficient. But I guess in my head, I'm thinking like, how would I defend him? And most of it is like me just hoping he's missing. Does that make sense?
That's same with me too. I'm hoping he's missing as well.
So I think when I do think like, look, if I was playing 1v1, do I think I have a chance against Rob? I'd be like, yes, because I think he'll take some bad shots, blah, blah. Whereas Nas and Zay aren't going to let you off the hook. Someone like a Rob kind of maybe will, but let's imagine he's not letting you off the hook and he's hitting shots like we saw what he did against Zay. So I think that's
for
where.
Sure. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I do disagree with it just because I think I've told this story a few times. I played with a player in college and his name was also Rob, and he shot exactly like Rob did. He was strong, stocky, and that's where I became a good defensive player, was having to try and guard him in practice. And if he was hitting shots, and I saw other teams that would put in full game plans against this guy. And I've just seen, like, once they're hitting shots, there's just nothing you can do. So
for sure.
To go back to the original premise, Rob has the smallest bag in the 1v1 space. maybe again on paper, but I just think his superpower is so insane that like he doesn't need a ton. He's strong.
Yeah, you're not
fast.
Wrong. You're not wrong.
And if he's hitting pull-up jump shots from half court, like we saw him in freaking TNC Champions, give him a 4-point line, he's scoring 89 points. I don't know. It's kind of like the LeBron thing. You can't have no bag and score as much as you do. Kind of same with Rob. Like, there's a reason he only shoots threes and layups because he can get them.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that at all.
Well, did you have any last words on that one?
No, I just said if anything, if you were to add, I'd say add a triple threat, jab 3 for him.
Yeah, shooting off the triple threat would definitely win him more games. It definitely would.
I'm a fan of the big fan of the space and watching the IQ of the game. So I like to break it down to the science. All them jazz. That's why I'm a big fan of Uncle Scoob, because he knows how to mentally and just you saw versus Nas. I watched the live event. It was crazy.
Yeah, definitely. These guys that are adding to their game plans and constantly improving, they're super impressive.
And I think they need to stop going after pros and let them come to them, because to me, in my eyes, you got the way the space brought up, they're already pros because they're getting paid for it already.
Well, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there now. I think they've stopped looking for as many pros to go after, and now pros are starting to come to the scene a little bit more. We're seeing Jerome Randall be involved. He's coaching a couple of the players now. He comes to the events and he wants to play in games. So we're starting to get those types of pros that are taking it serious and wanting to be involved, which is good.
That's all for me. So whoever's next, you got it.
Cool. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yep. All right. Who we got? Who we got next?
Is it me?
Hey, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, my fault,
I think it's Dutch.
It's you. Yeah, bro. Whichever one.
Oh, yeah, bro. It's in here, but we'll go with Dutch.
All right, cool. So my first question, and I heard you had just said it talking to the last guy. You had told him like the Keon win over Moon wasn't as impressive to you as him being undefeated prior to that. And my question is like, why do we give? I feel like we give guys like Scoob and Moon so much grace by saying, because they play a lot of games, you bound to lose. Like, I feel like greatness is set based on like your ability to keep winning, and like Nas. Nas has a bunch of games, but he hasn't lost a game in 2 years. And I don't think just because he's played so many games, we just gotta give it off to like if he lose, it was bound to happen. Like why is that?
So for example, Scoob has the second. He's got the third. I'm trying to look here. His winning percentage is 78%. So essentially he's winning 80% of his games, and he's played 79 games.
Okay.
So it's not saying like he can just lose and it's fine. It's like, well, yeah, he does lose games, but he's winning 80%. Now, Nas is winning 95% of his games. He's played 55. So it's like, geez, that's crazy. Zay, 96%. He's played 24. Everyone else on this list, like Keon is the only one that's 100%. And he has a top 5 win. But everyone else, like Nesco, 76, Kel, 70%, Fombi, 68%, Bruce, 77, Tay, 70, Rob, 87. Right? But he's only played 15 games. Cam, 63%. Dom, 74. Scar, 53. Bijan, 88%. So whenever we look at like the winning percentage of the players, the reason Scoob and Moon get so much leeway is because, yes, they're losing, but they're still winning a higher percentage games also. Moon's is 72% win percentage.
That's true, but you also make the argument of the competition being played also matters.
For
like
sure.
Moon can go to a park and play, 10 high school kids who got the size for it, who feel like they good, and it get published on YouTube, and now like actual games to 30 throughout like a week, and now we're saying, oh, Moon beat this name, this name, this name, but then those guys aren't like the caliber of players we were wanting to see.
Well, so
Like,
we'll look at Moon and we'll look at a few of his last games, and you tell me who was that random player that. So he played Keon and lost, but he went and beat Dang. Would you say that's a good win?
yeah,
I beat Inu, beat Exclusive. Is that a good win?
no.
Okay. Played Mead and lost. Is that a good loss?
I don't think, me personally, I feel like Moon should have won that game. So to me, that's a bad loss.
Okay, fair enough. Lat, he beat Lat.
That was gonna go into my second question. I'm gonna wait though.
Okay, he beat Sheldon and Lurks. Those are probably those games you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but he beat Greg Foster. Is that another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Gray, he won. AB, he beat. He lost to Colin.
Like I like Moon wins. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, I'm just going to the second question. Like Lat, he beat who? He beat Dede, and then like who else has Lat like really beat for him to like that win that Moon has over him to mean that much? Like he lost to Cam, then right after Cam he lost to Moon. Like Lat lost to Moon, so you lost to two of the biggest guys in the scene. But then, like we hold people like Lat to this high regard, or like Reese. Reese hasn't beat anybody. He beat Dede, but then blew a lead to Keon. Just got basically killed by Cam. Like why? Then got murdered by Bijan. Like why? Like I know we like Reese game, but why do we keep having to see him get in these games where he's losing like this? Like, lost to score, like.
So let me ask you this, because I actually don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I think are you saying that Moon shouldn't be number 4, for example? Is that kind of where you're going? Like,
not necessarily. I'm really just asking. Like, no, I agree with the rankings. It's just like I feel like when these guys do lose, we just try to write it off like, oh well, he played so many games, he can't lose. Like Keon is a good player, and he's showing us that he's a great player. So it should matter when Moon and the Keon match up. That should take Keon stock to like the moon.
But it has.
Somewhat. I feel like it doesn't go all the way to where it needs to be because we're just writing it off as, oh well, he played so many games, he bound to lose.
I actually, for me personally, I've got Keon and Bijan as 1A, 1B, whichever one you want to put there. I'll probably put Bijan 1 and then Keon 2 for power rankings.
No, I agree with you on that.
So for me,
I'm not bad at the regular rankings.
And so whenever I said the Moon win doesn't it doesn't do a ton for me, what I meant is a lot of people have a Moon win. So if I just went off of, oh, this person beat Moon, they should be in the top 5. If I went off that, there'd be a ton of people in the top 5. But the fact that Keon beat, like Keon's resume to me, plus a Moon win is extremely impressive.
Yeah, but
so I think
that's what
like
we said. We said the same thing.
Yeah.
I think
that's what I was trying to clarify, because I actually agree. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of people do have a Moon win, but a lot of people don't have a Kale blowout, a Burt blowout, a Reese win,
plus a Scar win just recently.
Scar win, and then to top it off with a Moon win. That's like that matters.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's really all it was. I just like we can't. Go ahead.
Who do you feel like there's someone in the top 10 that shouldn't? Or I guess are you hearing of a lot of people that should be in there over Moon or something, or that was just your main point of just
that was just my main point. I definitely feel like Moon. Like I feel like the amount of games played plays a factor on why Moon is where he is. Like I agree with where Moon is ranked at because he is playing a lot of games. I just feel like it shouldn't just be he's bound to lose once he does lose to a good player.
Yeah.
Or like it should at least affect it just a little bit. I'm not saying drop him out of the top 5 or drop him out of the top 10 because he loses to a good player, but it should, sway just a little. Like it should sway some ideas when he start losing these games.
I agree.
Like I feel like if he would have lost to Cam, he probably isn't in the top 5 no more. If he loses to Cam, then loses to Keon, I don't think you can. You have to drop him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree.
I also think the part of the reason why it doesn't really hurt Moon is because people that's around his range, like Rob and Nesco, they don't play enough.
That's true. I can agree with that. So do y'all feel like with Scoob being 3-2 on the year right now, if he loses to Keon, is Scoob still number 2 on the team?
Yes.
Not for me.
Because then that would make Keon 8-0 with a extremely crazy resume.
I mean, Keon probably takes Scoob's spot, really.
Yeah.
At 3?
Yeah.
And I like that instead of just saying, "Oh no, this doesn't drop Scoob."
No, I think
he just plays so many games.
Scoob is 3-2. Scoob is 3-2 on the year. Like you can't infinitely stay at a spot. He's possibly my favorite player on the scene, but you can't infinitely stay in a spot without like doing the thing that got you to that spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Scoob arguably has the best wins out of all of them.
For sure.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
If Keon won, then that would put Keon probably having the best wins. If he got 2 top 5 wins and he's undefeated, then he's got a couple top 10 wins.
Yeah, if Keon wins this game, he has to be top 3. He would have the.
Keon 100% be 3.
Yeah, I feel like he would have the undisputed best resume on YouTube. If he goes 8-0 with that resume,
Zay probably still has the best resume. He only has a loss to Rob. But it would be everybody.
But who has he? I don't know. I like Zay a lot.
Zay, Nesco, Zay be literally everybody in the literally everybody.
See, but y'all can't.
The game to 30 though. The game to 30 was Scoob.
Y'all can't focus on these Zay wins due to how long ago they are. If you're gonna penalize somebody like Rob or anybody else,
it's the same score.
Zay still has to play these games again to 30 right now.
I think the whole top 5 should play each other all over.
Zay is still playing those games, and he's playing games that have weight behind it. For example, the Lamar win. So saying that I think Zay is maintaining himself because he already run the gauntlet. So saying that, those games were 2 years ago doesn't do it for me because he's still playing games. If people wanted to play Zay, they would. But I think people are not asking those games.
But this is.
I feel like with the discourse better in 2 years, though. Do you think players stay the same, or do they get better in 2 years?
They get better.
Like if I beat Scoob 2 years ago, there's no way you're telling me that that's the same Scoob we have today. Especially in a game of all ones, which is different than a game to 30. It's really hard to give Zay full credit for that after 2 years, because people do the same thing with Kel as well.
100% with you. But the counter argument is Zay is also getting better. For example, the other guy that was talking about Frigga, he was saying that, Frigga beat them 2 years ago. But that's not the same thing because Frigga is injured and he's been not playing. But Zay is playing. He's training every day. He's playing better matchups. So over 2 years, Zay is also getting better. So I don't know. The win does not weigh the same. I'm okay with that. But we cannot say that.
Who has Zay played outside of LP? LP, the discourse behind LP and how the community tries to dog LP.
LP don't have very, very good wins against someone that would change.
But that's what I'm saying. So can we really praise Zay that much for the LP win just because of all the negative discourse behind LP, just because we like his game?
Yes, we can. We absolutely can.
We absolutely can.
When Zay first came on the scene, he was beating everybody. At one point, everyone had Zay at first. It was debatable between Zay and Nas. It still is.
Wait, would
And
you
it still
agree?
is. It still is.
So
If we're gonna use those past games, then we can't just keep because even with not playing a lot of games,
Omni beat
Nas
everyone in
keeps dropping.
OVL.
No,
only
but
beat
if I'm
everyone in
having
OVL.
Zay,
Would you count these games still?
Can I say some? The same argument can be made with Nas, except the school win, which is the greatest win in the space for now. You can say that also with Nas because Nas played those
Greatest win
guys
in the
2 years
space is over
ago.
there. Sorry.
But that's why Nas is first.
But hold on. But you.
No,
but you
hold on.
to your
Can I
point.
get a word in? My fault.
Go ahead.
Zay has beat since Zay came on the scene. He went 3 years without losing a game. There's no
That's
way
what I'm
to
saying.
discredit
Zay
not
deserves
losing.
to
He
be
didn't drop a single fade. He beat everybody. If you
didn't beat
actually
Rob.
look at the games, Zay has the most YouTube wins. It's Zay and then it's Nesco. He has the most YouTube wins, and to be honest, it's not even close.
So my next question is, where's Nesco in the top 10 now? Where's Nesco?
Now, if it's
injured. I
current,
can't
probably
count
like
him now.
7 and 8. But all
I feel like he
time,
literally can't be there because he's injured, bro.
no. First, I think right now, if you had to write it down, I say Ness is probably 7 and 8. But if it's an all-time, just looking at everybody's resume, Ness
So is
probably
Ness
got
over Cam right now? Is Ness over Cam?
No, Nesco's not over Cam right now. No.
I don't agree. I'm just asking.
No,
I'm curious.
that's what's over Cam. He beat Cam.
He's over Cam
Depends.
right now.
Is it power rankings or all-time ratings?
See, this is where it gets debatable because
Even if you
Nesco over Cam or not?
even if you
He's
say
beat
power
Cam.
rankings,
He's beat Cam, but
Nesco still has better wins.
And I agree. I think Nesco is
who has
slightly
Cam
above
beaten?
Cam, but
Who
in
has
power
Cam beaten
rankings,
for you guys to put Cam top 10?
Lat.
What
Lat
has
is,
Lat done?
this is where it gets
Lat
weird
done?
because Lat has no good
Lat hasn't
win.
beat anybody.
Lat is not top 10. He hasn't beat anybody.
No, and that's
Exactly. So who's Cam's
I wanted
next
to
best
come
win?
back.
If Lat's the first name you have and he doesn't have any good wins outside of Day, how can that win put him top 10?
And I heavily disagree on that. If we look at the matchups when it happens, those guys that Lat faces had big momentum. If you want to talk about Reese, when he first came on the scene, he has big momentum. Saint had big momentum. He also played I forgot his name.
Reese momentum came from what he was doing to regular Joes in a war zone. We gave him Lat as the first game and he got destroyed.
I think people hype up new players like way too soon without doing anything.
Reese just has
People
a
are
good
riding off the momentum of the 85-point game and the Keyshawn games, right? But when you look at Lat's resume, he hasn't done anything. So for that to be Cam's best win and make him top 10, it doesn't make sense.
You know what? I agree that when you think about it, in our context, it does not look good. But when you think about it, those guys that Lat were facing were contenders at the time. We are not going to talk about the fact that Keyshawn used to beat Scar. I know that nowadays, if you talk about Keyshawn in like discussions, it's not good. But
if I'm a boxer and I lose to top 10 talents, I'm still losing. I'm still getting my ass whooped. So I can't be in the top 10.
I was going to say, you guys have to give the same credit to ISO Tay then.
That's what I was saying. I was saying the same thing earlier. I think that it's not because you lose that all of a sudden you trash. If you're putting good matchups, for example, Lat lost to Moon, but it's not a bad loss. The match was close. He choked. Okay, but we're not gonna act like he got destroyed.
I gotta challenge you.
He has no win.
Him and Moon, it was a one-possession game.
So I got a question. I understand what a bad loss is to the community, but like whether you lose by 30 or lose by 1, you lost. It's a loss on your record.
Yeah, but this is
Lat hasn't beat anybody to be spoke of in this regard. Same as Reese.
I got a challenge for everybody in this Discord. I will send you $1,000. You can send me a YouTube video of Lat winning a game in 2026. I'll send you $1,000.
But this is the thing. I feel like the reason Lat
that was funny angle. That was funny.
KOTC.
That's when Lat got his 70-something point game, 80-point game.
Exactly. Y'all ate that up and just expect him to be like this. Like he's not that. Like that was cool to see.
But I don't know why he loses the games he loses. If you watch the game he loses, I don't think Lat should lose those games personally. But he lost.
But also to the Lat.
He gotta play more.
the person that said Lat's over that Lat win. If you look at Nesco's win, I know people are saying right now Nesco hasn't done a lot, but if you go back to last year, he beat School last year. He beat Trakoff twice last year. He beat Fomby last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he's beating people.
But things like that, bro. Are we valuing games to 15 over 30?
The games still happen, bro. At the end of the day,
No. I
No.
agree with you. I agree with you because we both know like what the goal scorer is, and you won. I agree with you. But it's no way anybody in this chat is gonna convince me or tell me that they believe in their heart. If Nesco plays Scoop to 30, Nesco wins that game.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Are the next week games
I don't know.
2s or 2s and 3s?
he still
It
beat him.
was ones and twos.
If it's 1 and 2, it's basically the same. It's basically the same.
And then you got to think
Nah,
about
not
it.
the same.
And also you got to think about it.
But I get what you're saying.
This is after he beat LP.
Yes.
So it's not like
LP win is starting to hold.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like
you
Nesco still
cannot
has
say that,
better
gang.
wins.
You
Of
cannot
course,
say
LP
that.
And you gotta understand this. You gotta
beat anyone good.
Yo, but we
look
gotta
at that.
contextualize it to the time period though. The biggest stage at that time period, it was the pay-per-views and then Nesquik. So he played School on probably the second biggest stage, and he beat him twice. He beat him on Nesquik 2 times.
He played him and Trey Croft back to back.
And Trey Croft.
He played Trey Croft and School back to back too.
Let's reel it back in so somebody else can ask a question. I'm just saying, I feel like as a community, we shouldn't just write off some wins against guys that are outside a lot just because it's like, you know, they play so much, they bound to lose. That was just the basis of my question.
It's a
We start getting into a lot more debating and yelling at each other.
But this is also why it's a bad thing that you're not outside as much. If you lose, let's say for Keem, he loses, it's gonna hurt way worse. That's why Rob's losses hurt so much because he don't play so much. For Moon, you don't look at it.
Let me challenge you. Let me challenge you. Say somebody coming to scene, they beat Nas, Scoob, and Rob, and they only got 4 games.
1 or 2.
They only got 4 games. Are you gonna put them 1?
Oh
drop
no!
everybody else?
The volume.
Because they did that, and
Our rankings, he's sure
You
won.
still need volume.
I'm not asking power rankings. I'm saying if somebody come in the scene and beat the top 5 guys in the scene and a good pass, are you putting Moon over them?
It's not even about power rankings, bro.
That's not the
It's not
conversation.
even about power rankings because we told Zay the same thing. We told after he beat Scuba Nas, we told him to get outside. You need more games. The same thing.
Zay got to 5, we put him at 1 or 2 debate.
They literally told Zay to go play more games after he got two of the biggest wins in the space.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Yeah,
perfect example.
So
Perfect
it's being
example.
consistent.
Perfect example. Meade out of Houston. First game, 27-26, Nesco got injured. Second game, Moon beat him. He's not in nobody's top 5 because he hasn't played anybody else.
So,
The whole point. Hold on. Can I finish?
Right now, where would you rank DA? I don't get it.
Not yet.
DA beat Rob when Rob was debatably 1 or 2. So if DA gets 4 wins in the top 10 to 15, where's DA?
Yeah, if he gonna get 4 wins in the top,
He's gonna be in top 10. He's gonna be in top 10.
he has to be number 1.
Top 5. Whoa.
Nah.
No, he'll be top 10 because he beat Rob.
If DA beat,
let's go like 1 minute. Let's go like 1 minute and wrap this one up, and then if anyone else has any other questions, we'll jump on them.
Got you. Since DA beat Rob, if he goes and beats Zay, Nas, and Scoop, he has to be number 1. He has to.
Yeah,
I agree.
Just around yes. Everybody in the top 10.
You said people in the top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
All right. So if you just say top 10, he has to be top 5.
Let's say he beats one person in the top 5, one other person like a Screwball Moon.
So if he beat 2 people in the top 5 and then 3 people in the top 10, he has to be top 5.
I agree.
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
All right. We can wrap it up here.
I think that the harder the matchup is, the better the win is gonna help you. Because if you beat Zay, for example, it's very hard to argue that you're not top 5, even though you do not have tens of games. If you beat Nas and Zay, I cannot say that you're not at least top 3. I cannot.
All right.
Just to wrap it up, my fault, just closing statements. The whole reason why people romanticize the school and Moon specifically, because they always outside, I think is more comes from a point of that's what we want out of the people on the scene. We don't want people to play one big game and then sit out, play a couple 3-on-3s, and then play their next game 6 months later. We appreciate as fans, we appreciate the fact that school could play here one weekend, then go take a tough matchup the next weekend. And if you lose, we could forget about it because you get the next game back. It's obviously you don't want to just play bumps, but we appreciate the fact that he's outside giving us games because that was a big problem, is that there was just a lack of games in the space. So the people who did do that, we just appreciate it. That's all it is.
For sure, 100% agree with that.
My last question is: if LP beats one in the top 5 right now, where's LP?
Still not top 5.
Who? Moon or Scoob?
Yeah, if LP was to beat a Moon or Scoob in the next summit or the next PPV event, where's LP?
Exactly
Probably
where he's at right now. Just because school beat him already. So he'll
Like
stay
number
exactly
9.
where he's at right now.
He'd be like number 9.
So wait, so if he
Like
gets his get
13
back
right
on
now, he'd be like
Scoob,
9.
he's
I don't think he's top 10 yet because he lost a couple big games.
I mean, he would be 11-4 or
Yeah.
11-3.
I
Yeah,
could have
probably
B-John. I would
right.
argue B-John might be in front of him.
It'd be him and Kel and Bruce. They'd be all like on the same. They're in that like 11-15 range.
LP is 11-4 against talents of Hezzy God. Like, come on, man. And I love LP. But like, come on, man.
I think B-John and LP got to check up.
Yeah, probably. Bijan, LP, Keem, they're all kind of in that same. A win would go a long way.
I want to see Bijan versus Trey Lewis. I want to see Bijan versus Trey Lewis. After the LP game and Trey Lewis, I want to see Trey in another game against
I
someone.
want Trey to play more games.
Everybody.
He's tough.
I think Trey just need to play Lamar again. That's his next game. That just needs to happen.
I feel like Trey Lewis is top 10 talent, top 7 talent actually, but he needs wins. He beat LP. I saw him versus Tay in the Frigo video like a couple hours ago.
Hey,
He looked good.
That boy, just let y'all know that.
All right.
I appreciate it, Coach. I appreciate your outlook on my 2 questions. I'm gonna get up off here now, man.
Of course, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the question. All right. Do we have any more like questions for me that I can address on stream? If you guys want to have discussions, y'all can like keep discussing and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, so we can keep it for stream.
Can we speak about basketball, or you just want to keep it on the thing?
I got a question real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk basketball, but yeah, I'll tell you, let's go 2 more questions. Let's go 2 more.
All right, I'll say mine for last. Mine's just about basketball. If you got a question about the scene, you can keep it.
All right.
Yeah, my question is, and this is for everybody, why do people say, oh, Rob losses hurt him so much, but he's still like, for most people, top 4. But Nesco, y'all have him all the way out the top 10. I never understood that. And this might not be like a question specifically for you, Coach Midrange, but everybody says that a lot. They'd be like, oh, Rob losses hurt him because he don't play a lot of games. But then they go to put him at 4 or 3 or wherever they have him. Like, why do y'all do that?
I don't do that. I don't even understand how Rob has no very, very good wins except for Zay. He's beat no one in the top 5 except for Zay.
Yeah.
Since the 30,
Yeah,
he's not beaten anyone.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if anyone in here will really disagree with that much either.
Yeah.
Until Rob gets another top 10 win, maybe he might even need 2 top 10 wins to be put in that conversation again.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate. He got injured, and those last 2 pay-per-views were NBA players. That kind of hurts him playing 2 pros.
I don't know if Coach agrees with what I'm about to say, but I think the eye test of Rob helps him a lot because by the fact that we're seeing him dominate in other types of matches like 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s, it's hard to say that some guys are better than him just because of the eye test. That's why, even though the loss hurts him, people cannot stand to think of him below somebody.
I agree.
Yeah, that's other people's eyes for sure. But for the 1v1 saying, yeah, he's not.
But all the guys in the top 6 or so, they all have like 2 wins in that range. I think that's kind of what keeps them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. If anyone, do we
Wait,
have any
who's
more?
Moonbeat in the top 5?
Yeah, yeah, bro. Extra question.
He beat Scoop.
Sorry, who's Moonbeat in the top 5?
1-1 with Scoop.
And then
Yeah, bro.
Oh shit, my fault. Mine was just about
I
basketball.
don't even count that 1-on-1 with Scoop.
I was watching the finals, bro. Cheese, you already know what I'm about to say. I was watching the finals, and I was watching Jalen Brunson, and I'm a Knicks fan, so a lot of the things I've been watching for a long time. And everybody says Kyrie is the most skilled basketball player of all time, but to me, Jalen Brunson is most skilled. What do you think about that opinion?
every time I have these conversations with people, I always try to like define what skill is, because literally everyone says something different. And I'm going to get hated on for saying this. I've never been one to think like Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player of all time. Everyone loves throwing that out there, but I'm just like, no, he's very aesthetically pleasing to watch. And his skill looks fun, but I still think skill is like putting the ball in the basket. And
Thank you.
if someone can drive right and put the ball in the basket better, then they're really skilled at doing that. If someone can score the basketball in 30 different ways, I don't think that necessarily makes them more skilled. So, yeah, I think it just depends what you mean by skilled. But, yeah, Jalen Brunson is a far more skilled scorer and possibly even playmaker.
So that's what I said.
It doesn't look as good. Now, Kyrie, like shiftiness and crafty and, like I said, aesthetically pleasing, like the way he shoots his layups and all that sort of stuff doesn't look as good. It's not as much flair, but he's more effective.
Because that's what I was saying.
In both ways.
Yeah, I was just saying because I'm looking at Brunson and I say Kyrie might be an inch taller than Jalen Brunson. I would say he's a better athlete because to me, skill is everything that isn't related to athleticism or basketball, you know what I'm saying, basketball IQ. So obviously like your speed, your body, your strength, your ability to make reads. When I say skill, I like to just consider it, your handle, your jump shot, all the things that you work on in an empty gym. So when I look at Brunson, I say he probably has the best footwork in the NBA right now. Probably has the best touch in the NBA right now. He probably, to me, he scores the ball better than Kyrie. He's probably a better playmaker than Kyrie. At the same size, yeah, he's better.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what Scoob said, in his interview in one of those Ball is Life games, where he's like, I really hate how people talk about the only reason I win is because I'm in better shape, or this guy didn't win because he's tired. It's that same argument. Like, what is skill? Well, if this guy consistently is beating the other guy, he's probably more skilled. Like, you could say it's all these other things. It's the same thing with Jalen Brunson and Kyrie. Like, people love saying Kyrie is the most skilled player of all time. It's like, well, the stats don't show that. The effectiveness doesn't show that. The championships don't show that. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, like, it has to translate into winning games. Otherwise, like, then there's probably tons of, like, Rafer Alston. Is he one of the most skilled players of all time? Skip to my Lou. Steve Francis, Baron Davis, guys like that. So Penny Hardaway, like, then the conversation starts to get, the conversation starts to get really weird when people value like handles. AI is one of the most skilled players of all time. So yeah, I think Jalen Brunson is more skilled, but it's also, I consider skill being like efficiency, being able to get to your spots in less dribbles, how quickly you can get into your shot pocket. Like, I think that's a skill that people just overlook. Whereas Kyrie doing his sidestep three looks better, sidestep fadeaway three. Jalen Brunson doing just a little between the legs pull up, like, doesn't look as crafty, but it works. So yeah, I think I agree with you.
Exactly all I was saying. That's what I was saying. But I said that in Discord, and they acted like I said a basketball sin or something. Right.
Coach, I have a question. By your definition, I agree to, who do you think is more skilled in Curry or Kyrie?
Curry.
For sure. Thanks.
Because Curry essentially is ambidextrous with his passing and floaters and all that sort of stuff. He can pass with either hand, but also just like the skill of shooting. Like, we can see the skill development stuff that Curry works on, it's like it's very detailed and it's very like I'm doing this for a specific purpose. Whereas Kyrie, it's like imagination and it's like vibes and it's like this is cool, so I'm gonna do this thing. So yeah, I think they're different, but I think Curry is probably more skilled.
Yeah.
It just depends what you value in skill. Like, because I do think Kyrie's like imagination and creativity is also an elite skill, but you know the name of the game is scoring the ball.
Hold on, one last thing, because I was reading the chat. Somebody said Kyrie's a part of the 50-40-90 club and Brunson's not. If you look at their true shooting percentage, especially in the playoffs, Jalen Brunson has a higher true shooting percentage in the playoffs while taking more shots, while being the number one option. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson has what is it? It's his performance in the playoffs. He scores better and more in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. It's like the highest. Yeah, it's like the highest in NBA history. Yeah. Someone said, "Did I just hear that Jalen Brunson is more efficient than Kyrie?" You did.
I mean, he just passed Shea for the most 30-point games in the playoffs. I think he's tied with Luka.
And they winning, so.
Yeah. So again, a lot of people in the chat saying that Kyrie can score in more ways than Curry, and that's what we're saying. Like sometimes. People use this about LeBron all the time. They're like, he has no bag. And it's like, but if he can go right and score 30 points, like why would you start going left? Why would you start doing another thing? It's actually a skill. Mm-hmm. This is Zay. This is exactly Zay in the one-on-one scene. Like Zay is very skilled because he can just do a couple things and you can't stop him. Kobe Bryant, would you say Kobe Bryant and Michael when they were younger were more skilled than when they got older? Because Michael Jordan used to do a lot of crazy stuff when he was younger. He used to do a lot of crazy moves. He used to do a lot of just things we had never seen before. But the older he got, the more he started refining it and going, I'm actually going to it's to this specific spot. I'm going to get into my pull up or into my fadeaway. I'm going to have my counters. Same thing with Kobe. The more skilled they became, the less variability they had in their moves.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And to the point about doing more, if you notice, every NBA legend, when they get older and they get more mature, they simplify their game. So all this extra, Jordan had that when in the 80s and the 90s, it was back down to my fadeaway. You know what I'm saying? One dribble to my pull up, two dribbles to the rim. All that extra, is about being effective. It's not about how it looks. It's about being effective. And Jalen Brunson, way more effective as a basketball player than Kyrie Irving, just in my opinion.
Someone says, mid-range, you should stop. LOL. NBA team success versus 1v1. No. So this isn't about team success because Kyrie's won championships with LeBron. Jalen Brunson hasn't won championships. So if I was going off just team success, like that'd be the easy one there. The difference is, this is that you're doing the thing that I said everyone does when they talk about skill. We have to define, like, is skill being able to, so if I go shoot a layup on the right-hand side of the basket and I do a right-handed layup, if I'm able to get to that spot and do that 30 times in a game and have 60 points, is that more impressive or less impressive than someone who scores 60 points in a ton of different ways? And it's like we will value that differently. I would say it's a skill to be able to get to the same spot and control the chaos and get exactly what you want out of that. That's a skill as much as scoring in 100 different ways. So people just value and just define skill differently. And I think we'd have to agree on that before. If you disagree with my definition of skill, of course you're not going to agree with my take on that. Would I rather watch Kyrie or Jalen Brunson? Kyrie. It's more fun to watch. More creative.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, if you use a lot of counters, it means that you're getting stopped a lot of times.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Less is more.
Great talk.
All right. Well, last one. Okay, let's reframe this. Steph versus Kyrie 1v1. Who is more likely to win? Make it, take it. That's what I'm saying. It would surprise you that Steph would also be very likely to win that game. it would be a good game. Like, it doesn't mean Kyrie would instantly win because he has more dribble moves. Steph Curry might be the Roy. He might be the Roy of 1v1. He just jab three. You take away his jab three, now it's full speed layup. They would have two contrasting game styles. It'd still be a 50-50 game.
Yeah, I agree. Who you got tonight, Coach? Before you
go, Spurs. I'll just say Spurs because it's hard to beat someone in the finals twice in a row away. Yeah. But the Knicks looked very good, and Jalen Brunson looks like him. Like I said yesterday, Jalen Brunson is who we thought Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. He just like when they needed those momentum swings, he did it every time. So
yeah,
I think them having someone like that to be able to control the pace, I think it's huge.
I also think the Knicks have to use Cat as their advantage because I think he was beating Wemby off the dribble a lot, and I don't think they thought that was gonna. Nobody really thought that was gonna be possible the way Wemby can guard, but they utilize him better. Than I don't.
Yeah,
but yeah,
he played well.
I agree.
Yep, agreed. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all. We'll do this again next Friday.
Yes, sir.
That was fun. That was fun. All right. We got some videos we need to do today, by the way. That's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. But isn't Kyrie more known as an ISO player compared to Steph? But again, it's because Steph has chosen to play a very specific way due to the game that they're playing. But when you're asked, you're 100% saying Steph is more skilled. But because the game isn't 1v1. I'm saying who's more skilled at 5v5 basketball? Probably Steph Curry. If you're asking me who's more skilled at doing creative dribble moves, I'm going to say Kyrie. Why not say they're the same level of skill? Because that's the point of having these types of discussions and arguments, is to take a stance and argue for a point or against a point. By your definition, Ben Simmons is more skilled than Malik Monk. Sure. Worst case, Kyrie will post Curry up. I don't see Curry doing the same. Cat and Robinson in the play. That was chaos. I like it. Yeah, I figured we'd have a lot of good conversations that way. You should start posting these full lives. I definitely will. I mean, most of them are. You can go to my channel. You can go to my channel and watch the older streams. But now I've got an editor that's going to be taking these segments and kind of breaking them up a little bit better for full videos. Kyrie is one of the most, but Dame is way more skilled. Zay's skilled as hell. His game just isn't as flashy. Kyrie or Curry in 1v1. Curry has a lot of ISO too. People sleep on Curry ISO. Coach, you got to make that top 5 talent ranking. I feel like that'd be a lot harder and have more talking points. But maybe that'll be something we do in the discussion day as well. Just because, like, again, as you see, nobody can agree on what skill means or what talent means. Like, everyone's gonna. That's where most of the hang up is going to be. Spurs coach not making Josh Hart be the Knicks. Alex Caruso is wild to see as an OKC fan. They just ditched the Wemby roaming plan. That's worked all playoffs to give Cat blow-bys. I feel like I spoke about this yesterday. The Knicks are far less predictable than the Thunder were because they're not ISOing. Shai was doing a ton of ISO, and the Spurs were able to set up their defense and load up against Shai and Chet and whatever. The Knicks are playing team basketball, a lot of ball movement, a lot of player movement, which is causing the Spurs to get into a scramble. Once the Spurs are in a scramble now, that's when Jalen Brunson's going to work. So I don't think this is just the Spurs changing their defense. It's that they're not getting the set up against the Knicks like they were against the Thunder. Kobe, Kyrie, KD, Melo are the top 4 1v1 players all time. No Jordan? You ain't got Jordan in there? Damn. Not just dribbles. Kyrie is one of the best finishers around the rim we've ever seen. Left hand, right hand, mid range. He doesn't have any weaknesses offensively. You can make a shorts channel. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, when people think about top NBA 1v1 players, they always mention Kyrie. That's what I always go straight to. My argument every time, I go straight to Giannis. I'm like, who's beating Giannis 1v1? And then they go, well, that's not, it's a weight class. And I'll go, yeah, but that's what sport is. That's what competition is. Biggest, strongest, fastest. That's what sport is. That's why we get hung up too much on skill and whatever. Saw Hart getting a few uncontested threes when he was out there. Well, the game plan was to leave Hart open if you're going to leave someone open. But the problem is he gets left open on rebounds too. I've been driving for 12 hours. I'm glad I caught this live. Do you think you'll be still working in the 1v1 scene in 10 years' time? Probably not. Probably not. I'll get in here, make it a little bit more professional, and then get out. Go do something else. All right, do you guys want to watch? I had a couple videos I wanted to watch. Speaking of, there is do you remember that stream that Kyrie Irving was breaking down his game film? We could watch that. But I kind of want to watch Bijan's King of the Court. Kind of want to get through some games. Moon Keon breakdown. Did that game come out already? Coach will coach players in the 1v1 Olympics. Escalade would beat everyone. So Giannis is more skilled than Kyrie. Probably at 5-on-5 basketball. Depends it just depends what you're classifying as skill. All right, we're going to watch this. Because everyone kept tagging me in this yesterday. Y'all are funny. What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. This is my King of the Court featuring Bijan Johnson. No, I played King of the Court with Clyde Drexler's son, Bijan, Pep, Drex, and D-Baby. Go like, go subscribe. Hey, get Bijan up to 1,000 subs. He's at 762. Get him up to and 825 views on the video. Come on, guys. What we doing? What we doing? Get those views up. Come on, guys. Y'all see me dunk it? I'm definitely not going to play the music here because I know this ain't copyright free. Also, I can just looking at I can smell this court. I can smell the court just looking at the tiles and yeah. I already know what type of court this is. All right, let's get into the King of the Court.
Seconds with 4 dribbles?
So it's 4 dribbles? Oh, they must be counted. It must be 7 seconds and 4 dribbles. Wow. It's a lot to count. 10 seconds.
What's up, boy? What's up?
Okay, Pep.
But I'm saying sometimes when they at the top, they be for hot 3 seconds.
8. So it's 7 seconds with 4 dribbles. 10 seconds with 4 dribbles. Tough.
Yeah, because y'all don't have no time limit when y'all up there. You know what I mean?
No, we don't.
You just time until we put it down.
Yeah, we good, yeah.
Tough. Exactly.
Yeah. 2s and 3s, yeah. Oh. Hey.
Full speed left. Yeah, just jab. Jab right, go left.
Hey.
Straight line drive. Of course, Devin. Had a good time. We'll do that every Friday. I like doing those fan panels. Full speed right. Yeah, that is me. That actually is me. Full speed right, full speed left. 2 plays in a row. Bijan's pull up, man. The hell is going on? So I noticed this with Lat. He actually keeps his shot pocket in a different area. So whenever you keep your hand over the ball, You actually need to pick up people's tendencies where they keep their shot pocket. The problem with someone like a Bijan is Adam. Adam is actually playing very good defense here. He's got his hand in the cookie jar, but Bijan can, his shot pocket, he can move it around. And this is why I was saying earlier in the arguments, like keeping Rob and Bijan from shooting, like it sounds good, but like look at his footwork. Look at his footwork and then look at where he puts like his shot pocket. It's like it's really tough to guard people that can like change their shot pockets and get their shot off from a bunch of different spots. But sometimes you just defend like that and just say, you know what? Good shot.
Yeah. 3.
Oh, well, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Hey.
Come on, boy. What's that?
But D-Baby turn him into a pretzel.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
7, 6, 5.
Look at how Drexler's guarding Pep compared to how he was guarding Bijan. Just like fully backing up. Pep's got to get to it, and this is high school 3. He's got to get to where he's just comfortable shooting that nonstop, hand down, man down. Is College Rob the best shooter you played with and against? There's two. Mike Rose and my teammate Rob.
No. He got like 7. That's 7. Yeah, you got 2 layers and a 3. Oh, yeah.
6.
Oh.
5, 4.
Tough shot, boy.
Pep going to work. He got something to prove here.
Y'all niggas keep farting.
You hear Bijan? I told y'all that court. I already know how that court smell.
Damn, y'all niggas keep farting. Good shot, bro. Get right. Yeah, he got.
Yeah, Pep gotta lab out his pickup into a shot.
7, 6. Hey.
How can D?
Oh,
yeah.
Catch and shoot.
There you go. Pace it up, Jace. Pace it.
Full speed left. Hey,
That's what you do.
this really might be me. This really might be me. This is exactly how I would play too. Just catching, just go. Full speed left. Try to get to the elbow. He cuts you off. All right. Spin back. Full speed right. Highest percentage shot in basketball. Keep it simple. That gym ain't been used in 30 years. They broke in 100%.
Good D, boy.
It's about to be torn down for sure. Man,
good shot, boy.
D-Baby be hitting that pull up to the left.
Yeah, 3.
6.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So now, again, like just being in the shot pocket, like close where you could challenge it. D-Baby should honestly, again, high school 3, if you're playing against a good shooter, and you could tell by the way Drex is guarding these guys compared to Bijan, he's not worried about them shooting a top of the key high school 3-pointer. And that's got to be a layup. You got to be able to hit 7 out of 10 of those. But instead, now D-Baby full speed right. But even though he gave you that lane, and then he bumps, keeps him outside the block, and then challenges, which made that shot pretty tough. You got to be able to shoot those threes if your hand is down. That's going to open that drive up to get you all the way to the backboard.
Shoot, Pep. Oh, we're on 1. You good. Oh, shit. Whatever. Switch over. Oh.
Yeah, got to shoot him. Every time his hand's down, got to shoot. Next time, shot fake and go.
5, 9, 2.
Yeah. Shit.
5, 4. That's tough.
Yep. Y'all good? Come on, you good? We good.
7, 5, 4.
Oh, come on.
Good move. It is funny though. It is funny, right? Looking at the guys that play a lot more one-on-one basketball and then the guys that play like high-level scores, it's just typically straight line drives for high-level scores. The guys that play on the one scene, it's like they're constantly trying to figure, like solve calculus or solve gravity. Just trying to, it's like, just go. Sometimes you just got to go, man.
I can't be. Shit.
Full speed left. Get him out the way.
What you got?
Was it
7, 6, 5, 4. Good defense.
That's good defense. Speed left. 25 seconds of freedom. Yeah, his game is simple. He just drive full speed left and then make you deal with the bump and creates that space. But he can do that because he's bigger and stronger than the guys he's playing at the moment.
Yeah, look at it. Good. So one more. Come on.
7, 6, 5.
Oh.
Ain't bad, D. Lock in.
Who is much faster to you, Rob or Bijan? Honestly, they're about the same. I think Bijan jumps better. Rob probably stronger on his drive, so they're slightly different, but their foot speed, both of them, pretty crazy. Pep kind of got to here. But like, if you're going to be shorter than everyone that you're playing against, you can't get caught in the dancing back and forth all the time. Sometimes you just got to go, and that way you cause them to turn their hips. Now you can play basketball. If you never go, like,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
There we go.
Come on.
Where he's shooting from too. Oh my gosh, that's good. Like, if your hand isn't already there, like, you're too late. And like, what the hell? That's crazy, because that's a great contest. Remember when we were talking about Scoob versus Jonathan Simmons? These are the shots and these are the types of things you're going to have to lab out. Because that's a great contest. But, I mean, Bijan probably don't even see that hand.
No, it's not. It's not crazy. It's crazy I can't breathe.
Yeah, because y'all playing in this gym with asbestos and y'all breaking into abandoned gyms and playing King of the Court. That's why you can't breathe.
8. 2 threes and a layup.
How do you lab that out without playing against them? Well, you just like, you always keep it in your brain. So if you play against someone who's really athletic or a taller player, and you do a sidestep move and you shoot it and they block it, then you go, okay, that shot has to be faster. So you experiment a little bit. Okay, I'll shoot it faster. You're not gonna be good at it yet, but you're just trying to get the shot off. Once you realize how fast you got to shoot it, then when you go practice by yourself, you just keep that same, you just rep out that same rhythm, that same speed. And for Bijan, this is similar to that Carmelo Anthony video we broke down. Bijan probably just like needed to develop a quicker shot at some point because he was shorter and playing high level basketball. But then like it just became a habit. Well, that's the speed I shoot at because I can get my shot off now. Now I've built the rest of my game also around that. Now I get to the bucket whenever they start seeing me hesitate and twitch and do the little glitches he be doing, you know?
Yeah.
It's the mold. That's definitely black. There's no way you can't tell me that's not black mold on the floor.
Drake's got 12. 8.
What are y'all counting by? I see 3, 2, 5, 4.
Come on, boy. Come on. God damn, I can't breathe. Yep.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, boy.
Man, he getting a tough shot almost every time. I think Pep just got to simplify it. Just got the skills trainer in him always come out in these games.
7, 6, 5, 4.
D-Baby's mid-range got to be at 98.
He catch my second. Shit.
Ooh, hey. Well, that's a possession there. So remember what I talked about? Forcing someone's first dribble. It's tiring. This is tiring, but this is defense at higher levels. Forcing D-Baby to dribble sideways, and then you play the counter. So he jabs. He does get crossed, but just stays with it. Force D-Baby to counter. Now D-Baby have it going with his crossover step, trying to get to the spot, but it allowed Drexler enough time to recover again and then play the ball. This is skill, right? If D-Baby takes this dribble, this should be like an anchor step. And the left foot should already be, like the left foot is here. If he could drive, we'll get the pin out. This is why steps matter. This is why every inch matters when you make a move. If he can actually just put this foot past Drex going straight to the bucket, like that's what Nas does. That's what Zay does. A lot of guys with really good footwork on their counters push off of this back foot and try to get this foot past Drex. And you can already like have like a really good angle to the basket, but just look how many steps D-Baby has to. This is where his footwork can get a little bit more crisp. Like, look how long it takes. He has to make that his step that pushes off the ground. And then his right foot becomes his crossover step. All of that, switching the feet and everything. Look how much Drex has recovered in that amount of time. Like, he's fully recovered now by the time D-Baby has even taken a step forward. And then he ends up playing the ball here. D-Baby doesn't get a good pickup. Shoulders facing the sideways. All of that. So, yeah, that's why being crisp on your crossovers and understanding your footwork and all that stuff super important, because he had him on the move. And good players, like I said, basketball doesn't start till you get them going full speed. Once we're going one direction full speed, now we're playing. So good players are going to put you in that position a ton.
Are we still doing 4 dribbles? Yeah.
Mid-range pin work is a lost art. I'm just here so I don't get fined, okay?
7, 6.
Well, even here, like Pep got him going full speed. Full speed left. Like, to me, I look at that and I'm like, brother, you got the angle. You got the angle to the basket. Inside the elbow, right? Inside the block, you got the angle. But then he just like gives up on this drive for no reason, absolutely no reason. All right, I'm going to give up on the drive into like a nothing. I'm just going to pick up the ball. Now Bijan bites on the shot fake, but doesn't need to. But that Pep keeps playing this game where he's trying to outthink you. He's trying to get it like these crazy step twos. I'm like, dude, you're doing calculus. Just keep it simple. Let's just do basic algebra. 2 + 2 here. Just get to the bucket. You already had the angle. You already had him off of just your jab and go. You already had him. This is real basketball. This right here, full speed. This is where the game starts. This is real basketball. We're racing to get a layup. If like right here, as soon as you let up, Bijan's not even in a full sprint anymore. He's like, he knows you're just not going to go. So if no one ever thinks you're going to go full speed to the basket, you're never going to cross them. Yeah, I know he missed that, but it's like you had a layup. It had a layup.
What the fuck? Come on,
7, 6, 5.
How do you increase your stride length? So you can do it a couple ways. You can do it technically, so you can fundamentally get better at it. So watching and improving just by that, but also athletically. Athletically, you can get better by knowing what you're trying to do now. So on a hang dribble, if you can get from the top of the key to the lane, just be attentive of that and go, oh, on my hang dribbles, when I'm repping them out, I have to get outside the lane, or I have to get to this cone. So you just practice it, and then you put that cone a little bit further away the next day, a little bit further away the next day. Then eventually you'll get to a point where you can't go any further, and you're like, all right, that's where I get to every time. I'm going to build that habit. Then you get into a game, and I always say there's game slippage, so you probably don't get that far in a game, but maybe you get pretty damn close. But if you're not practicing going as far as you can, and then the game comes, you're going to, if let's say you're only going halfway there, the game comes, you're only going to do half of that. So yeah, you just rep it out, and you just be attentive to those things. And that's the skill that Zay and Scoob and Nas and them train with. And that's why they're relentless when they play.
11, yeah.
Like, even look at Bijan here. But how many of his drives have just been going? I'm just going to race you to the spot. Now, he doesn't even get that great angle. He doesn't even have as good of an angle as what Pep had. And it's against a better defender, or a stronger defender anyways, and he's still fighting to try and get inside the elbow, trying to get inside the block. He does get the highest percentage shot in basketball, now being contested with someone who's about 6'5", 6'6", high contest, but that's a normal layup at a very high level. At high level basketball, that's just a normal layup. And he probably makes 9 out of 10 of those. So yeah, most of you need to master that part of your game, full speed right, full speed left, then worry about the Bijan pickups and all that stuff next. That speaker is underwater all of a sudden.
No, it ain't. That's 4. Nigga, that's 4. 4. Rewind it, man.
Oh, that's Matt. Let's have a look at this. So here we go. Full speed right.
No, it ain't. That's 4.
Into just a dribble pickup.
That's 4. 4. Rewind it, man. It might have been 3. It might have been 3. Rewind it, man. Rewind it. What? Busting their ass in here. Started off 0 for 8. We in here with D-Baby, Drex, Pell. My brothers in here. We doing King of the Court. Getting to it. We getting better. Y'all ready?
Based on skill and ability, who's in my top 5? We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier.
3. Hell yeah. I missed my first 6. Law averages.
Yeah, keep shooting.
I know.
Bijan shot this with the high contest of the asbestos ceiling. So he had to duck and shoot under the ceiling.
I know. 6. Sorry, just say something. We're good. Hey, Drex. John, right? Yep. Hey, Drex.
How many times have I said this too? Again, that's why I would hate guarding this man. His hand is there. Okay, hand is there. Great defense, but then Bijan has ways to deal with that hand. Right? Now he's got the foot speed, so Drex is having to back up because he's like, he might go full speed right again. So I got to back up, but I got to be close enough so it doesn't shoot. So they're just playing this little game of like constantly trying to be in your shot pocket. Gets him to drop. He thinks he's shooting. Gets him to drop his hand again. Now he thinks he's playing the drive, and that's like barely enough space. And now he's going into a shot. And like, that's as good as you can time it. That's a great read. It's a great contest. And it just don't matter. What are we doing? Yeah.
John, right? Yep.
Why not force him left? Well, he like.
Sorry, just say something.
Because he can go full speed left. Also, if you look at the way Drex has been defending, you guys might not even notice this. Some people are only, he might not be quick enough to go left. Maybe he's only good at planting and going one direction. So he's used to playing people to a specific side because he's been forcing everyone to their right hand that we've been watching, right? I haven't really seen him stance go the other way. So some defenders are only good at running and forcing one direction. But right here, Bijan does fake going left anyways to get him to drop his feet. Like just that little jab right there, look, got him to drop his feet. Then he thinks he's shooting at the same time. So,
hey, Drex. Yep. Here. Shit. Hey. Oh my God.
oh, I thought he hit that.
God damn, I gotta make this shit. Huh? For sure. Nah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, gotta let those fly. It's a good look.
Lock in, you good? Come on. I'm calling that travel every time. That's tough.
It's just tough because Pep just never seems like he goes, right? There's so much like left and right and hesitate. It just never seems like he's going north and south to the basket.
Got that from Marcy. That's tough. Where you learning that from?
All right, we gotta watch these. We gotta watch these two again. Yeah, Bijan just fell asleep on that one.
That's tough.
But this, like, again, look how most of Drex's buckets has just been like full speed left, full speed right. Oh, you back up, I'm gonna shoot it. Now I'm just gonna throw out a shot fake and go. His shot fake and his plant, his negative step here, were all in the same motion. But yeah, as soon as he left his feet, you know how I always say that when we're watching the ones? When I'm like, if you get someone to leave their feet, that should be a layup. Like, use your move expecting it to work. And you just basically one dribble from the three-point line, dunk, before D-Baby can recover.
Yeah, fire. He do that. He do that. What you got, Drake? What you got?
Getting buckets now.
He got 8.
Frigga only 28. What is prime age? I feel 28 is heading into prime. I would say if you're playing professionally, I'd say your prime is probably 27 to 30. It's probably your prime. But when you are dealing with injuries and you're not playing, that's like you're kind of missing that. And you don't just come back in. You're like, oh, I'm in my prime now. The reason that's typically a player's prime is because it's when athletically you're usually at your best, but then you also have like the knowledge and IQ of being like a seasoned pro. All right, Bijan. Don't let me post this video of me cooking you.
He caught that bitch fast. That's the Drakes I know.
And you can see the level, right? The level of Drex and Bijan. And this is no offense to D-Baby and Pep, but you can definitely see like the levels conversation. Look how Pep defends. Look how D-Baby look how they've defended Pep quite a bit. Like, this is a good shot from D-Baby, but they would never give Bijan this shot. They're never giving Drex that shot. You know what I mean? So you want to be a player. And D-Baby can shoot. He just got to get this mentality now. Or just get to that point when that hand is down. I'm making 8 out of 10 of these. So yeah, you can kind of see the levels. Like, they would never guard one of the other guys like this, you know. So that's what D-Baby's got to be like. Every time that hand is down, I'm making it. He's taking the right shots though. Stop exposing the players? What do you mean? At what age do I feel my best? Probably 28 for me as well.
That's tough. Come on, be locked in. Lock it in. Lock in, D. Yeah.
Full speed left.
That's tough, boy. Lock
Yeah,
it
his
in.
game is simple, man. Full speed left. Remember last time he dunked it. So D-Baby's running to recover to the rim, no dunks. And then just a little 0.5 seconds of freedom. Wide open, hands free. Midi.
He big three. He ain't playing a big three. Yeah, he got 13. Come on, Drakes. No way, Drakes. No way.
Bro kind of looks like me. I look nothing like me and D-Baby don't have the same haircut or anything. How do we look alike? Crazy.
Hey. 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 What you mean zero, nigga? What you mean? You counting on the dribble until I start dribbling. Bro, you been counting until I start dribbling. You don't count until I start dribbling. You good, you good, you good. You been counting when they start dribbling. What the fuck? You steady talking about go. All right, come on. No, that was 4 dribbles. So start counting. Damn, nigga. Fuck, start counting. Fuck. Counting when I touch the ball.
Bijan mad.
What's the score here? Hey, go do something.
Pep shooting now. Here we go, Pep. So this is the problem, though. Like now when they're really D'ing up, this is where the game is really played, and this is what needs to be repped out for most players. So now I like this possession because Bijan is like actually trying to lock up. So now this is where Pep, like that angle. I hope Pep watches this. Actually, this is the part of his game. Like I think he's needed to. Well, most people, not just Pep. I just think like right here, you've got the angle to the basket, but strength wise, Bijan's gonna be able to move you. But that's why your drive really you got to commit, man. You got to commit. You got to bump him. You got to try and get to that backboard. Even if you don't get there by trying to drive at that angle and getting the bump, you can get your hands free for your little step back, little jump shot, kind of how Drex just did. But instead, like look at the angle he was taking, and now Bijan's completely closed that gap. And then you're not strong enough to move Bijan. And now Bijan took the bump and is there trying to play the ball. Doesn't jump on the step through, stays down. Yeah, now you're in a tough spot. Damn.
12.
Did I ever deal with tendonitis or knee pain? No, luckily I didn't. Not until I was pretty much done.
Drake got 13.
What up, Saint? How we doing? Same drive here. Same drive. Winning the arm battle, like being more physical on that drive, like meeting him with the bump, and then still getting like a decent angle to the basket.
God damn.
He probably could have turned the corner, but I mean, I think they're all getting tired now.
Every fucking time. Fuck. Yo, Pep, show me something. Oh my God.
Full speed left.
Drake. That's tough. Validated, Drake. That's tough, dude. That's tough shot. He ain't never made that in his life. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta hit a free throw to win game. I like that.
Hold on, D, he just scored on you. Never mind. It's my turn. He just scored on you, right?
No, he did. He missed the free throw.
You scored on him. Oh, my bad. Fucked him up. Fucked him up, man.
Gotta be willing to shoot that. There we go.
He don't work on that.
Yep, good look, D baby. It's a good look. You got to force them to have to play that shot pocket. Now your jab steps, your shot fakes, all that work. Shoot it again. Now you might have to make a tough one. And I know D-Baby's a better shooter off the dribble, but you don't want to have to rely on those shots all the time. You want to be able to take these, jab, get their hand down. That's how you efficiently score. Then when they lock that up, now you get downhill. Okay, you lock that up. Now I get into my mid-range pull-up.
That's tough, boy. Good hand. There you go, D-Baby. Shit. Welcome to the party. Thank you. Shit.
Ugh.
There you go. Welcome to the party. Oh, there you go. Shit.
Hey, I like it. That was a good possession. But you can just tell, like they weren't playing D-Baby seriously like 3-4 possessions because he wasn't hitting shots. Once you hit shots, once you become known as a shooter, they have to defend differently. Now look at how Bijan's defending. Now that he's defending up and taking away the shot, now you get into your next. All right, now I can go full speed left. Now into my step back. Now the game starts. So whether you can make shots or once you start running full speed. Until then, if they're not like, if you're not making them worry about those two things, it's fake basketball. It's not real basketball. It's good defense. Oh, this is that same possession. Why'd they play this again?
You count on the dribble until I start dribbling.
Oh, it's game. Damn. Can't let him just shoot that.
I can't even move right now, man. Fuck.
Man, Bijan won. Did Bijan win he won the first one too, didn't he? Damn.
That's a pull-up. That's cool. What y'all want to do?
Yeah, this is on Bijan's channel. This is on Bijan's channel.
Oh my fuck. Got to make that.
Is it just me or do the pro players on the scene feel less like herky-jerky? Well, yeah, like herky-jerky to me is like when someone doesn't know what they're going to do, when they're just second guessing. Kobe Bryant always said this, right? I want you to know what my move is. I want you to know what I'm doing. I want you to know what's about to happen. That way you try to guard it. Now I can get to my counter. When someone's being herky-jerky and second get double, everything's a double move and double crossover, the defense will just go, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to stand here. And how many times we see someone cross straight back into the defense. So like you got to play full speed. You got to take your efficient shots. You should be a little predictable because then you just take what the defense gives. They get too close, you go. If they back up, you shoot it. You know, like that's why pro players are just much better typically at just being efficient and understanding what they want.
I want to see what he gonna hit that.
His wild ass. They'll be making this shit. Oh shit! Damn. Yeah, they'll be making this shit. Oh shit! Damn.
Pep feeling good about it. He's like, hey, I tore Bijan's hamstring. Even same thing here. Pep just got to get a better angle and bump. He needs to bump D-Baby right here. But instead, he runs away from the contact a lot, which forced him into those spots. So I think if Pep watched this, it's just tightening his angles up a little bit.
Fuck no. Hell no. Step back. Oh, fuck. I got 3, that's it. I got 2. Watch this nigga, watch him. Oh, I got a mistake. And 1. Oh, that's tough. Fuck, it is. That was tough. I should have went back. That's a 3. That's a 3.
Who's guarding who? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been counting it all day. It's 3.
good
That's the
look.
one you missed.
Gotta rep that out. He got to be able to hit those. Got to make people respect his shot. Damn. Hoops and good tunes? No. Not listening to y'all's copyright infringed music. D-Baby going to work now? Well, actually, mute up. Yeah. Do we even need to watch the rest? Oh, yeah, it's almost over. It's almost over. D-Baby might go on a little run here, it looks like. Bang, bang. Oh, they don't even have all the game. Is Bijan's channel just his name? Yeah, it's Bijan Johnson. Yeah, D-Baby going to work. Ugh. With the behind the backboard shot, this is the shots he was hitting on Dooley, and I was like, nah, it's a fluke for sure. And then he did the same thing to Wani. Now here he is doing it. Oh. Oh, still music. Full speed left. Ooh, he did the thing. He did the thing I was telling you about. You know what I was saying? Get your elbow around and you clear out that space. Watch what he does on this drive. You're trying to get your shoulders past their hips. He elbows the shit out of D-Baby. Like once he gets around. Oh. He gave him a little elbow shimmy to the torso. Oh yeah, he felt that one. And then probably act like he didn't do anything. Yeah. That was my go-to. This really might be my my variant from Earth 616. Love from Bosnia. What up? Welcome in. There we go, Pep. Same thing. I still think you gotta make sure if Bijan's a shot blocker or taking this super serious, like you gotta eat up that space. Like step in here, bump him in the chest, then you end up with the highest percentage shot in basketball. Bijan kind of being lazy on defense, so Pep got away with it, but just gotta tighten up his angles, that's all. Shot looks like mine? Nah. That's the one part that looks way different. The way we shoot looks way different. Game D-Baby. All right, Bijan got 2. D-Baby got him 1. Good win. Hey, like I said, go like and subscribe. Follow Bijan's channel. Get him up to 1,000. He's almost at 1,000. Show some love to the #1 player currently in the scene. We're pushing that agenda. But yeah, good video. Let me know what you guys thought. All right. Do y'all want to... Next video I have. Somebody yesterday was telling me to watch Flight Reacts because it's June. We could do a Flight Reacts against Janky Rondo. Do you guys want to watch that game? Or do you want to watch Moon and Trill versus Rob and Trey? Moon and Rob versus the twins. Do y'all want to watch that? No, it's June. What do y'all want to watch? You can watch either Flight Reacts or Old School Next Chapter 2v2. June? Which one? You're at 5 seconds before I make up. You know what? We might watch them both. Let's go 2v2. Anyone else? OTD pulled him out the crowd. All right, we could do that. We're going to watch this one, though, first. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. It's a good Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. We're just getting some videos done. Go like, go subscribe. TNC's channel. This is Moon and Trio versus Rob and Trey. 1v1. I haven't seen this one, but it's season 9, episode 3.
I'm Devontae Frigo. I'm here with Scotty Weaver. We got Team Rob.
Damn, they're sharing the microphone. Times were tough back then, weren't they, guys? Didn't even have your own mics.
Versus Team Moon. Now, everybody's been waiting to see Rob and Moon check up, but we also have a surprise for you. We got Trey and Trell in this as well, so amazing, amazing game. Scotty, talk to me.
Well, all the fans have been asking to see Moon versus Rob. They were our 2 highest rated 1v1 players on the next chapter. This is a get-back game for everybody that's involved in this. Day-Day's already played Rob, Moon has already played Fombi, Trey has already played Trell, and then Tricky and Bo have yet to play each other.
Oh, so this is like a tag team. This is like that tag team thing. Like the okay. I get it.
Don't play with me in here. Move, nigga, don't play with me in here. That shit broke, nigga. No. It's gonna fall.
Trash talk. The vibes are just immaculate. So now we can look at some of those habits, right? We can look at some of those habits. Rob right here. So Moon gets up, doesn't let him have a 3. Trying to make him drive from disadvantage, but Rob does a good job of his dribble, takes him directly to the basket, not doing like a weak like escape dribble or anything. Straight downhill, inside the elbow, inside the block, stays on balance. Highest percentage shot in basketball. It's just good hoops. Great contest by Moon. Good hoops. Good defense by Moon again in his shot pocket. And it don't matter. This is what I was talking about with Bijan. That's why it's tough. Like it feels like Moon is in his shot pocket. Like he's here. And then we talked about it. He actually shoots from like the left side of his face a little bit. Like close. It's like right here. But I mean, we've seen him bring it way over to the left. But it feels like you're in the shot pocket. But
Talk to me, Trey. What's going on right now? You know, you're in the 1v1 right now with Rob. How are you feeling about how it started off so far?
I'm feeling good. Rob came out with some big energy.
Full speed right.
Oh yeah, and 1.
Yeah, this is a great game. Again, in his shot pocket now. So he drives full speed right. Moon does a good job keeping him outside the elbow. Now they're fighting for inside the block. And this is where Moon might be the best out of anyone in the space at this little battle around the block. He's either going to hit the ball, he's going to pull the chair, he's going to time the bump the right way. And this is why people struggle scoring against Moon later in the games. He starts picking up all your tendencies, and then he just like forces you into these little boxes. Like right there, Rob pushed him, but Moon grabbed him at the same time. He just times these things so perfect. I know they called a foul.
Oh yeah, and 1. I'm gonna try to pick up behind the energy and just finish it strong. Finish strong and get the win for us. I know if we win this 1-on-1, the 2 should be pretty easy because we got Fombi over there.
Shit. And you haven't seen anything from Bo either. And I can vouch for him. Fombi, what's going on, man? You got a ton of energy over here.
Man, bro, I'm locked in, bro. Fuck all of them. Excuse my language, y'all. Hey, man, I love you.
So it is tag team. All right. Good bump. Hey. That's good defense. Yeah, that was good defense. No offense. He definitely going a little 2K My Park player. He got the black arm sleeve, the elite calf, the Nike Elite calf sleeves, all white with the black stripe, and then he's got the white headband. This is definitely a My Park player. Cause that's a what brand is that? I forget what that is with the M. Yeah, he definitely got all the different, like however many VC coins he had left over is what he got this sleeve with. And he got the wristband too. Yeah.
Please help us reach our goal of 10,000 members by the end of the season. When you become a member, you and a guest are automatically entered in a chance to be flown out to watch Season 10 live.
McDavid. That's right, McDavid. I had all the McDavid arm sleeves and MJM shorts, best shorts.
Moon, you checked out. How's the game going?
I had vicious side spin on it.
A lot this game, so you know I probably burned out a little early, bro. But it's a long game, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna get to it. We just getting started.
Is this where the narrative of Rob has no mid-range started? Hey. You had a yellow one, a yellow headband. I had pretty sure I had a white one, and I had a blue one. That was our college colors.
I'm a big guard, nigga. What y'all talking about? Talk to me, Rob. What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas, man?
Man, he got him with a little elbow too. Power balance band.
Yeah, shit, man.
Hands.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I read them comments. I read them shits.
Oh, okay.
What else you got for me, Tro? When you checked up the first possession against Trey, what was that feeling? Everyone knew what was going on. Crowd started going crazy.
I love that energy. It really woke me up when I heard the crowd yelling. Made me wake up and really get in that mode.
Healthy Frigga can beat Rob. I mean, Rob's put on a little bit more muscle too since then. Rob might just run straight through Frigga. Good angle again. Tough. Look how crazy simple Rob's kept it too.
Yeah, I'm definitely just ready to compete for real. Just watching it is irritating me now.
I know. I'm just warmed up, ready to play. What I say in the interview, Devontae,
damn.
I'd be really worried to be against Rob right now. I'm just warmed up, ready to play. What I say in the interview, Devontae, I'd be really worried to be against Rob right now.
Go flush that.
I can see the look in his eyes. He's about to kill people. I'm just glad I'm on this team.
That's all I need. Here we go.
Yeah, I think Frigga said he dislocated his shoulder 5 times. Good time. I was saying good contest. I was like, good timing on that contest.
Coach, I know.
Oh, I knew the twins. I didn't know there was a triplet. I didn't know there was another twin on the sideline.
Nas, talk to me. What do you think of the game so far, man? Hey, man, it's two tough matchups. Rob, say he's a big guard. We always accept Rob as a big guard, and Moon, that's my partner.
How did Frigga become so fragile? I don't know if he became that. Again, that's what elite competition is. Like, some people are just not athletically, their bodies just don't withstand durability. Like, we take it for granted. We think everyone just can battle through everything all the time. Like, sometimes your body just isn't built to withstand playing that much basketball, or lifting that much weights, or whatever. Hey, Moon. Get out the way. Hey. Does Hezzy God have a chance at making a top 10 run? Yeah, of course. And Monopoly. Ugh. All right, it's getting stale. Somebody score.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, it's been 12-7 for 12 or 7 minutes. Hey. Another straight line drive. Yeah, no one stopped Rob from just getting to the basket. He's jumping all over the place.
Hey, he bugging. Hey, I hate bugging.
You did 30 reps.
Bro, bugging. We gotta walk.
That is crazy, the amount of talent that's in this gym right now. People think that Fonby smoke is personal versus Rob, but every time they link, push Rob to stay locked in, press the issue on multiple platforms.
Yeah. So I gotta get back.
Oh, yeah, easy. It's easy to get right by, bro, every single time.
Sure.
And then they're gonna start backing up. That's when your shot gonna fall.
Thanks.
Easy. That shit light.
It gets in my mid-range. That's really where I'm killer at. I make threes, but my mid-range is like deadly. I'm surprised I missed that one.
I ain't gonna lie, you done baited them with so many jump shots, they gonna be jumping. They can rock
Let's
it
get that
home
close.
first.
How do I feel about Davo announcing an event at the same time as Summit? Yeah, this is what I said earlier of like, this is why we're probably never going to get the platform crossovers, because of Frigga announcing his event on the same day as OTD Elite. So now Davo, of course, is going to be like, well, I'm going to announce an event the same day that TNC Summit. So that's we'll probably never, as much as it looks like the crossovers are happening more and more, it's probably not going to be because of the platforms actually working together. That's my thoughts.
I got you. Watch.
It start with
It's
stop.
good.
It start with stop.
What they have? 16-7? My bad, Tricky.
Yeah.
16-7, bro. The long game. We still going to 30, 2s and 3s. And make a couple on the road.
Yeah, Moon vs. J-Lou was a very underrated game. That was one of J-Lou's best games I've seen.
We good. Finish that shit. Nah, you good, bro. You good.
All right, man. We got one more.
Twin and Moon.
Twins and Moon. One more half. You feel me? We want to stay attached to Moon. He doing the drag.
I think Frigga was a content base with Professor versus 10. No, I mean, I get it, but that, like, I don't know if it makes it better. I do get it. Trust me, I get it.
Dribble is he did. So
I don't
it's
even wanna
shot
make it double
or
digits.
it's drag, dribble, crossover.
Let's go.
You feel me? And we
Oh,
know
yeah,
we
I
can
ain't
get
gonna say
into
that.
that. We good.
We can cuss with my mama watching.
Let's sit down. Sit down. Defense. We went in this.
Rob say, "Don't stop cussing." My mama watching.
Don't even worry about it. It's a team setting. I'm gonna just rise up every time. If he win, we win. You feel? That's how I go. We ain't tripping.
Oh my, how times have changed. Bro, I mean, Rob it's just straight line city. It's just straight line drives the whole time. Would you do a video on players whose games aren't top 5, 10 level, so the pay-per-view performances are putting them in the rankings? Cam comes to mind. We kind of talked about it earlier, but yeah, possibly. Because I think we're valuing pay-per-view a little bit less lately. Because there's so many live events.
He know I'm gonna get going. And he's scared, that's why he keeps checking out. He's trying to send you out the hill, my guard.
Moon's trash talk.
Where's the N1? N1, same call. Same call, same call. Same call, ref. Line up, Larry. Hey, hey, get up. Come on, get up. Don't go nowhere, nigga. We go. I'm out. Man, shut up. Shut up. Take me out.
Damn, he talking bad to him. I like this. By the way, this is how that tag team with Scoob and Moon and Rob and Zay felt. This type of trash talk.
You made a little run there. I know you're locked in. It's a long basketball game, bro. I'm down every halftime. That ain't shit but motivation.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Let's step through action. Damn, and y'all got to ride home in the same car afterwards?
Just take your time. You're gonna score that bitch.
Apparently, Blank tried to. Apparently, AK tried to book Moon for the July card, but he said he only planned ones on TNC. Ooh, I wonder who he would. Was that supposed to be for the Scoob game? Who would he have played?
Hey, give me time out. Time out.
I told y'all, drag dribble. It's either gonna be a crossover or another drag. You feel me? He want to shoot it. His jump shot on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Trey, Rob, you guys are up 23-15 right now, hooping. You guys gonna put this game away right now?
Yeah, that's the goal right there. We want to get 2-0 sweet. Let's get it.
Yeah, we finna finish strong. Get this dub, man. Let's get it.
So that would have been for the Scoob game? Damn.
Hit him with that shit.
If
Start
his
hitting him
hand
with
right, nigga, let that bitch line up. Focus on the rim.
I got you every time.
Check.
Imagine we got Scoob versus Moon in July. Damn.
Every time. Not the basket right there.
Don't come in here with bad news like that ever again. Okay? Underground moments ever again.
Draw the foul. Even when the ref
Only good news from now on.
pass it to you, you can let it dribble. Catch it on the.
You good. You good.
Somebody hitting lucky ones. Give me one.
I just want to see Rob and Moon finish this game out. Oh, jeez. That's a good little move there. Hey, that's what we're saying Pep needs to do. If someone gives you that angle, you go. You get Moon gave him the angle. All right, full speed right. Like it. Clean little pickup, little side spin on the shot, but nice. Can Jeremy Lin dominate the one space? Yeah, maybe not now at his age, but of course. Even just like athletically, he'd be tough to deal with. Like he'd be stronger than the majority of the players and taller.
That's my brother right here, though, Grace. I love this shit.
Don't cuss, Rob. Your mama watching. Travel.
It's 25-18, and Moon has all 18 points right now.
Rob looked like he was about to punch somebody. Oh my gosh. Why does he look like he about to punch him? Oh, we gotta get us a little thumbnail then. Gotta get us a little thumbnail here. Yeah, that's crazy right there.
Has all 18 points right now, and Trail's
Was that
playing some
Slim?
good defense. This is an interesting game. They called a travel on that play. Can we get a replay on that and a slow-mo replay?
0,
I want to know
1,
what
2.
the comments think about.
I mean, we go by NBA rules. That's definitely not a travel. NBA and FIBA. It's nice. Am I tired of the Predator commentary shtick? Yeah, a little bit. Some people like it. Oh, that looked like Draco back there. Damn. Another straight line drive. He's just going in for defense. I like it. I like it. Wait, does Moon have 26 points? Moon might have actually scored every single bucket this game for wow.
Why you taking off? Come on. Come on, why you taking off? Fuck is you going?
And then he subbed out. Look at Rob, couldn't believe it. We might get some good thumbnails today. We might get some good thumbnails. He subbed out. He couldn't believe it. Yeah, good look. Keep subbing out for defense. I know Rob getting frustrated.
Do this shit, boy. I lock up for real, nigga.
Oh yeah, he don't like this. Ooh. He held the follow through for so long, I thought it was going in.
Don't jump to it. Tell me not to jump down.
Ooh. That was nice. That was nice. Game time on the little bro. With the step through. Let's go. Are you serious? Newsflash, buddy. He locking up. Sorry, my dog. When my dog runs and jumps on the couch over there, I know she's about to start chewing on the couch. When's the last time Rob scored on him?
Show me something.
that was a nice move here. Ugh. And then look at Moon swiping, didn't get nothing, and then he goes in to recover. He hits him with a step back. That was nice. Right, he had 0 points, but he was locking up. Damn. Trey had 16? Okay. He carried his weight that game.
And before you leave the video,
Damn. That was a good game. All right, that was a good one. I'm glad we watched that one. All right. Well, chat, we did it. We made it to 3 p.m. and my dog, the plan was to stream a little bit longer, and do some more videos. But my dog is losing her mind, and she's about to start chewing on cords and couches and all that. So, Pat versus Vern is a game for tomorrow. I'll add it to my notes. Pat Vern. Could Embiid and Yao work? Yeah, of course. Of course. The points allowed stat. Yeah, that was a good one. That was good. Coach wins. So what? Still can't believe we haven't got Fonby versus Tay until this day. Yeah, this summit. So we'll talk about summit's not till next week, right? No, 17th. We got 12 days. So yeah, we'll talk about the summit closer to. Oh yeah, it's on like a Wednesday. So we'll talk about summit that Monday before the event probably. But yeah, we got Born Ready and Nesquik. I'm probably not going to go over them just because I had so much other stuff to do. But I will watch them and will obviously do my thoughts on the event. Let me see. I was looking at it. They got like G5 versus Day Day. Tayshaun versus Pep. Tayshaun versus Pep. That'll be a fun game to watch. Pep's been improving a ton. Tayshaun was good in their last event. Zay versus Left Hand Dom is the one I'm looking forward to the most. But we got Bully versus Joe. And then obviously we got the 3v3 where Bruce got hurt. And I think it's going to be Bino instead of Bruce. Event reviews. Yeah, we'll review the events afterwards. Yeah, there's a ton of pay-per-view. There's so many games. It's just such a good time to be a fan. Such a good time. Am I watching game 2? Yeah, I'm going to watch that obviously tonight. G5 running the gauntlet. No easy wins. And then there's Jaiman versus Christian. That'll be interesting too. But yeah, we got a lot done today. I'm pretty happy with it. That was fun. We finally got a full fan panel for Friday. We'll try to, like I said, we'll try to do that every Friday. If it becomes more of a thing, we could possibly do it a couple times a week, but we'll definitely do it every Friday. And make sure you guys bring your arguments, bring your suggestions or comments, concerns, any of that stuff. We'll have those combos. Yeah, other than that, you guys take care. I'm going to try and stream this weekend because, like I said, I just got back from LA doing that OTD Elite event. So a lot to catch up on. So maybe we'll stream again possibly this weekend. I'll let you know when. But other than that, you guys take care. And I'll see y'all next stream. I'll announce it in the Discord.